Well, good afternoon, ladies and gents. We are halfway through a bumper day of cricket. If you are just joining us, you missed a narrow defeat for the Somerset women's side, but now our attention turns to the men's team who are up against Kent Spitfires this afternoon. The stage is resetting as we speak. We change gears now, I'm sure, to power-packed teams will be full of fireworks for the rest of the afternoon. If you are just joining us, and we've been soaking it in throughout the day so far. There's loads going on in the fan village as well. Lots of stalls to grab a bite to eat and a few drinks as well. Make sure you stay hydrated and are applying that sunscreen as well. That is very, very important. Make sure you make loads of noise this afternoon. The players want to hear you. You've got to sell out, of course, here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Before we head to the toss, though, let's head across to Somerset's Ben Green, who's with one of our partners, Green Club.
I guess when he was about 7, we started doing more things together, playing more sports in the garden.
There's definitely a decent relationship between me and Dad. We've played many sports against each other over the years. We've got darts, pool, table tennis all in the garage, played all the racket sports. We still play golf against each other. But the one sport I've never been at is tennis. And that is because he refused to play since I was 5.
He beat me at everything else by 13, and so I had to just call it a day.
I remember distinctly having a birthday party here. There was a cricket party when I was 7. So Dad managed to cut a strip and rolled it. We got a little roller in the garage and had a great time.
I went to various estate agents and borrowed sale signs, and we put them around the garden as hoardings around the boundary rope. And we had a small little strip in the middle that we cut and rolled. And he had, I think, 13 friends around, so there was almost two teams worth of players, and they all had a bat, they all had a bowl, and then they had a lovely party tea afterwards. When we first looked at this house, the estate agent suggested to us that we should take our shears with us, because we wouldn't even be able to get in through the gate, because it had been neglected for years. It was very, very overgrown. When we got a lot of the bulk clearance done, and I started to cut the grass, it was quite obvious that it was just a sea of weed and very little grass, all moss and everything else. And because of the size of the garden, I didn't have time to do very much. So it obviously needs help to get the grass into a decent condition, which is when we engaged the services of Green Club. At one stage the garden was full of climbing frames, and we had an above-ground swimming pool and trampoline, all sorts of other stuff. And whenever Green Club came, they had to move all this stuff around to actually tend to the grass. So they've been great.
I remember Green Thumb coming around probably from the age of 8, because I remember the little orange pellets that were always in the grass, and Dad would say, no, you're not allowed to play on them whilst that's out there. So I was always frustrated for a week, so after Green Thumb would come back, obviously it gets the grass to look like it does. I've put it through a lot of former over the years, cricket spikes, rugby boots, and I think it's obviously a testament to them that every time I come back home now, and when I came home after school, he looked immaculate, and I was able to just get out there. I think they've done a fantastic job for 25 years. There's probably a few patches around the garden where I've taken a few too many divots with a golf club as well, and they managed to get it grown back very well.
I think the combination of what they have done is really nice. They give us on how to care for them in the interim. It's been first class.
Please report to the Brian Rose gate.
Right, Somerset versus Kent Spitfires. It's time for the all-important toss. I will hand over to yourself, Lewis. Tails is the call, and it's heads. Lewis, you've won the toss. What are you going to go for?
We're going to have a bowl.
Well, and any changes for you this afternoon following Friday?
Same team. Everyone's pulled through pretty well, so same team.
And of course, going well at the moment, but it's all about keeping that focus.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a long way to go in the competition, and every team in this comp is hard to beat, so we've got to be right on the money.
Perfect. Lewis, thank you very much. Sam, if I can bring you in, obviously lost the toss there. Would you have had a bowl yourselves?
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious, obviously, when you come down to Taunton, if you win the toss, you bowl. But look, we've won here before, obviously batting first, so we know how hard a place it is to come. They're a very good side, but really looking forward to the challenge today.
Seems like a good spirit in the sides. I saw you warming up with a game of football over there. You're all in good shape?
Yeah, we played some really good cricket. Obviously, a tough loss off the last ball at the other night at the Oval. But yeah, we've been playing some really good cricket. Different people kind of stepping up at different points. But like I said, obviously, Somerset have started the competition brilliantly, and we'll have to be right on it today.
Sam, thank you very much. We wish you all the best. There you have it, the toss. Somerset won, and will bowl first.
I was expecting a little bit to happen. Smith absolutely belted through the covers. What a shot that is. He's not really known for his play through the cover, but he's been absolutely dealt with.
Yeah, just too full there and enables Smith to put his hands through that.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit about into the pads of Banton. It's beautifully played through mid-wicket. Ian Blackwell uproots the stumps and the players dash for the pavilion. Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those evenings, isn't it? Where it's going to be Will Smead. And Smead has gone for the big shot straight away. Straight down Cow Corner's throat. Joey Everson doing the work. He's picked up the wicket of Will Smead. I think that's actually Zach Crawley.
Smead, unfortunately, found Crawley at deep mid-wicket there. It's going to be all action though, isn't it?
You've got to...
You know, you're hoping it's going to be boundary. It might be a couple of wickets in there. It's not going to be too many dots, hopefully.
More to face his first delivery. And Kohler Cadmore's given it a slightly better nudge to Will Smead. That's gone 15 rows back. What an amazing start to Kohler Cadmore's innings. He's off and running.
You did say, yeah, give yourself one ball.
Not if you're TKC. He's absolutely, can't imagine he's going to go backward from there. What a great shot as well. He's made the most of those 2 balls of power play. 10 runs coming from it. Great start from TKC. Right, Newell doing the old whirly bird sign. Power play is over.
I was speaking to Sam earlier about Stubbo, and he said this is his first T20 game, believe it or not. So he's probably thinking, first ball, this T20 lark, it's easy game, isn't it?
Yeah, and all of a sudden they've got to go out there and flay the ball to all parts. What a great shot that is from Kohler Cadmore. Oh, what a great shot that is from Tom Banton, and straight down Rie's throat. Another, not often a position you put in play, but excellent captaincy, you have to say, from Sam Billings. Picked up another dangerous player.
Yeah, I think that's the clear plan, isn't it? They've got square leg up in the ring, just kind of hanging it outside off stump, and like you say, beautifully struck by Banton. I don't feel Kent too happy about it.
Shooting again, really obvious. Trying to hit that wide line. Great strike from Lewis Gregory. That's why he sent himself up the order. A really excellent, dangerous batter to the East Coast. Gilchrist. That's a brave strategy to bowl short to Kohler Cadmore, and that has gone miles. That's gone where the rain isn't falling, so that is out of here. Start your engine.
Yeah, I mean, what a brilliant shot.
Key wicket. Gilchrist to Gregory. And he belts that over mid-wicket. Will it go all the way? One bounce into the boundary. He's gone Yorker again. Lewis Gregory's not quite got enough of it. Bartlett takes the catch, a very smart catch down to mid-on. looked like he got all of that, maybe just a little bit low on the bat. Yeah, just off the toe. And even with Lewis Gregory's natural timing, not enough to take it over the ropes.
Yeah, it's a shame. Crashed a couple of boundaries, so I've probably done a job in a way.
Oh, Kohler Cadmore swatted down the ground, hasn't got enough of it. Joe Denley takes the catch very, very well.
Yeah, I mean the key thing with taking wickets is a dot ball. I think that's the most important thing from a Kent perspective there. And got rid of the dangerous TKC, striking it just under 300, I think the strike rate was. So 1 over to go, Triggs 49.
Dixon on strike, first ball. It's a great piece of bowling and an excellent piece of batting. He's executed the perfect wide Yorker, and Dixon has one-handed slashed that through to play with. Just like that. And that's a brilliant piece of bowling, that. This is excellent bowling. He's thrown a flopper there, Soph. That is pins everywhere. Yeah, he's very alert to that. He's standing incredibly close. I think he's sensed they were going to try and sneak that run. Gives the batter so much more room. Abe's plays a scoop. He managed to get it just behind square. Is he going to pick up the 2? Great piece of work from Billings, and another run out. And Somerset's innings comes to an end. 6 wickets have fallen in this rather chaotic 4 overs since we've come back. He's hit it so hard out to Casey Aldridge. Is that going to be a run out? He's run out. He's gone. They've got Crawley. Whoever's picked up a niggle, they're going to get man of the match, because Aldridge is on and he's just thrown an absolute bullet in from deep mid-wicket.
It's the same, never run on the misfield. Not a clean pickup by Casey out there, but very good throw in the end. And Banton, he made the ground. Get up.
Oh wow, that's a quick ball, straight up in the air. And a great catch there from Jake Ball. That is one of the quicker bounces you'll see. That's quick.
Brilliant delivery and fabulous catch there by Jake Ball. Never easy. Held onto it really well in the end. Meredith picks up his first wicket. 2 down in the first over.
I'm totally with you, Soph. Ball to Billings, straight in for a slog sweep. That's a gift, that from Jake Ball. Billings has not missed out on that.
Yeah, not the start that Jake Ball would have wanted. Not sure that was the plan, to be honest. Billings helps himself.
Great to Tom Abel, he doesn't drop those. O'Riordan, he's gone for 2 off 5 balls. The man's going to walk out now. Joe Denley is hugely experienced and devastating.
Slayed away for 4. Slashed hard, did Denley.
That's a very fast couple of overs. That's as quick as you'll see here at the Cooper Associates County Ground this season. That is what 90 miles an hour plus looks like. That was outrageously good from Riley Meredith. 25 for 3, Kent, after 4 overs. First 4 overs with their most experienced death bowlers. Great shot there from Sam Billings. Over extra cover, picks up 4 runs. Jake's batting way outside off stump. Really good piece of that. A great shot from Billings. That's what he needs to do. Concentrate on his batting. That's what he does well.
Not sure I'd have gone ball again necessarily. Just
It certainly is. Well bowled from Jake Ball. Billings in and out. Is he going to be run out?
Somerset fans enjoying that one. Great fielding in the deep by Abel. Brilliant throw. Banton does the rest and Billings has to go. still having a little bit of a chat. Billings will be
5 falls at Taunton.
clipped away, and that's going to race away. Straying too far on the pads of Denley there. And
down to the barrage of unbelievable bowling. Green does it again. Leg stump hard volley, clipped down Will Smead's throat. That bat will probably go into the old spares locker. You can't win as a batter in this scenario. Finally, we see. Here he comes to the crease. Might be Grant Stewart. It's too far away, it's too dark. Very good shot there from Joe Denley, picks up a boundary. Somerset will take the spoils and honours even in the Kent-Somerset battle this season. A magnificent game at the St Lawrence ground.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Cooper Associates County Ground doubleheader, second game in the Vitality Blast, and the men are getting underway in about 20 minutes. Somerset taking on the Kent Spitfires. Sam Dowling alongside Harry Everett. Triggs is still here, Nicole Harvey is still here. The players are out there in the middle going through their final preparations. H, how are you?
Yeah, brilliant to be here, Sam, on a Sunday afternoon in the sunshine. Father's Day, there's been a big crowd watching the women's game. Plenty more flocking in after a late lunch, I think. A bit of a carvery on a Sunday. There's been all sorts of different deals the Somerset marketing team have been doing, and it's a sellout. What more can you ask for?
Not much more. Don't tell me about Father's Day, because I've realised I'm missing my first Father's Day. To be here at the Cooper Associates County Ground, that is the commitment I have. News from the toss. Somerset have won it and elected to bowl. The visitors, they went down off the last ball up at Surrey. Chris Jordan hit Matt Parkinson for a boundary to win at the Oval on Friday night, and they've made a couple of changes to their team, H.
Yeah, I mean, we get the team sheet up for you here so you can see. So Fred Clarson's in for Parkinson, Matt Parkinson the spinner, brother of Callum Parkinson, of course. And Joey Evanson's in for Joe Denley, who got injured batting at the Oval. His nephew Jaden came into the squad. But yeah, Surrey winning by 4 wickets in that game on Friday night. Kent got 171 for 7. Joe Denley himself did top score with 40 off 22 balls. Miyeye also got 37, a very exciting, talented youngster at the top of the order who we've seen score runs in Championship cricket and now taking it into the T20 arena. So I think Kent are a dangerous side. I think they're a better batting side than a bowling side, though.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like Miyeye. He's had a few starts, hasn't he, in this competition. 20-odd, 37, 26, 34, 42. So he's in good nick. He hasn't quite gone on. And I love Daniel Bell-Drummond. DBD scores in funky areas, doesn't he? He's had a couple of 60s already in the competition. And Sam Billings hasn't really had to do much yet, but he's the captain and the wicket keeper. And is he still their standout player?
Oh, yeah, that's the question now. Yeah, is he still their standout player? He probably is. He got that brilliant 100 against Somerset. He wound up Craig Overton down here last year. I remember it kicked off a little bit there. There's always a bit of an edge to this game. I remember going years back, Bell-Drummond, actually, DBD as we call him, took that amazing one-handed catch at mid-on down below us here in the com box. There's been some cracking games over the years, so there'll be a little bit of needle, I reckon. But yes, I think Kent will rely on Sam Billings, but they've got the young lads coming through. Harry Finch isn't a bad little player. These young lads coming through, and Grant Stewart with his long handle. I always just think you can't describe his batting without a bit of long handle, because yes, he's a bowler, but he whacks it miles.
The most Italian man in the world, Grant Stewart. Kent, middling record so far. 5 matches, 2 wins, 2 defeats, 1 no result. Somerset have also played 5 games, H, and I think calling their record middling would be a little bit of an understatement. They are, after Northamptonshire's defeat on Friday night, the only unbeaten side left in the competition. 5 games, 5 wins, including that wonderful victory, that chase that Charlie Taylor said was impossible when you lose 3 wickets in the power play on Thursday here against Middlesex. They went up to Gloucestershire. They won the derby on Friday night, the side of Derby in Bristol. Any surprises to see that as an unchanged team sheet?
The only one question mark in the team, and a lad I really like, came under a bit of criticism the last few games, and he was the man of the match on Friday night. Lewis Goldsworthy, 4 for 13. Superb performance. And yeah, he was the one question mark you could say. Bowling spin at Taunton is not easy. Max Waller found a way to do it with his variations. Van der Merwe has speared it in and fielded really well off his bowling. Lewis Goldsworthy hadn't quite clicked it, particularly at Taunton, but taken to a bigger ground like at Bristol. And he bowled so well. And fair play, Darcy Short also bowled really well. It's the 2 left-arm spinners were probably the 2 best bowlers there on Friday night.
We said every week last year, didn't we? We'd look at the Leicestershire scores and see Lewis Goldsworthy taking wickets in the blast.
Quite high up for them as
well. He was absolutely fabulous. Now, both sides have sort of gone without... Somerset have got a front line spinner with Goldsworthy, but it's interesting what you said about Kent, because Parkinson's come out and they've got 5 seamers. They've got Jack Leaning, who might bowl a little bit of spin, but you're expecting to see a seam-heavy game? Well, you're going to be.
And no Joe Denley as well. Joe Denley might have bowled some leg spin occasionally, not bowling as much as he used to. But yeah, Jack Leaning bowls quite a lot in championship cricket, but it's just they worry at a small ground like Taunton on a belter of a pitch. Nick Pepper always provides a belting track here, and it's been pretty dry today despite the rain yesterday. So yeah, I think they'll be wary about bowling spin. I think it will be. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe even 38 of the 40 overs are seam up. They might give 1 token over of spin in each innings, but if that goes to 25-30, that could be the difference in the game, couldn't it?
Let's give a little bit of credit, a lot of credit actually, to a man who came back from injury recently. And without him, when he signed for Somerset a couple of years ago, everyone expected him to be a red ball player. Without Sean Dixon, Somerset wouldn't have won the Vitality Blast a couple of years ago. How good was his innings on Thursday night?
Thursday night, I mean, what a game that was. I actually interviewed him after the game on Thursday night. I'll read you a few of his quotes in a minute, but my interesting point I wanted to talk to him about was how he was batting in the power play, and that's so unheard of. Sean Dixon just doesn't bat in the power play. I asked him about it, and even back to his Kent and Durham days, he said, I usually batted at 6. His quote to me was, I'll be honest, I don't have much of a plan for batting in the power play. And I just thought that was hilarious. Sean Dixon, so frank and honest. He bats 5. It was Tom Lammonby's spot before. It could be Tom Lammonby or James Rue, but Sean Dixon's come back, first game after his finger injury, and he absolutely nailed it. Yes, he played for the 2s against Northants, but on the big stage here, chasing 230, Ben Geddes and Max Holden were superb, by the way. Don't underestimate how well those two batted.
Good player, Max Holden. Yes. He played for the England Lions. I was glad to see him play for the England Lions, because it's about time he made that step up. He's been there and thereabouts. He's a lovely player behind square as well, so a little bit of recognition for him.
Yeah, he batted really, really well. And those 6s into the river, there 3 times, I think, the Lord Ian Botham stand was cleared into the river. I enjoyed Triggs, he's just gone out the ring. One of his favourite lines, something about the River Tone Canoeing Club. That did make me chuckle, actually.
Are you a member of that? It seems like the kind of thing you'd be a member of. You'd probably play a T20 and then get the last of the daylight hours doing a little bit of canoeing late doors.
Collecting white balls floating down the River Tone. But no, that game on Thursday night was so good. And such a brilliant game of cricket. And Somerset to come out on top of that one was massive. Then that run rate isn't brilliant, Somerset, but they're still top. If they win every game, doesn't matter about the net run rate.
Right.
We've got a little treat for you in a minute. We're going to hear from Jason Kerr, who's going to give us his pre-match thoughts.
In a second. Toby's here. Toby's here today. No Rob Scanlon.
No, Rob was. I think he was at Sophia Gardens last night, actually.
Was he? He's a busy man, Rob Scanlon. He does Somerset and Gloucestershire as well. I wonder where his loyalties lay on Friday. We're going to cross to Jason very shortly. Let's talk about another man very briefly.
Jason's looking at his watch.
Let's talk very briefly about another man, Lewis Gregory.
Yeah.
Is he like a fine wine? Is he just maturing with age? I mean, that was the ideal scenario for him on Thursday night, where he knows how many he needs of how many balls.
Well, Thursday and Friday, really. He's so laid back, so chilled, and just so good at what he does. He hits 6s at will, effortlessly.
Right. Jason Kerr is ready with Toby, so we're going to throw over there now.
Thank you very much, Alex. I'm alongside Somerset men's head coach Jason Kerr. Jason, what the last sort of 24, 48 hours been like after that great West Country win? It's a quick turnaround as ever.
Yeah, look, really quick turnaround. Fortunately, the guys had a few hours yesterday just to relax, recover, and we go again this afternoon.
We had a great game earlier on, very tight conclusion to that one. Great atmosphere, it's building up really nicely now. What are these double headers like for you as a head coach?
They're a little bit different. Obviously, you've got restrictions on time, so it affects preparation a little bit, but we're used to it now. It's obviously great that the women get to play, and we're looking forward to this evening's game.
And for you personally and the side, it's been another breathtaking start to the campaign, but I'm sure you're reminding the guys there's no room for complacency. Every game is just as important as the last.
Yeah, look, the games come thick and fast, and we need to make sure that we're doing the same thing. So, as you say, there's no place for complacency. It's making sure that we deliver our skills, our attitudes on point, and we have some fun this afternoon.
Well, Jason, thank you as ever for your time. We wish you all the best this afternoon. Thank you.
Next up, we have Josh Thomas, a rather nervous-looking Josh Thomas for the VERTU RC Challenge.
Here we go.
Oh, that's too wide.
Josh, a great lap. Are you insured because there was a bit of damage to the vehicle?
I am, yes.
Excellent. We always like to cover our insurance. Your time, Josh Thomas, 52.99.
Wow. That's almost 10 seconds on you, so.
With one piece of damage and a broken roof. Congratulations. Not quite top of the leaderboard, but we'll see. We'll see how the day develops.
Nicole Harvey here from the Cooper Associates County Ground for another double header which will see Somerset women playing Durham and Somerset men playing Kent Spitfires. We're in for a fantastic day of cricket here, and we've got a fresh pitch here. It is a hybrid pitch. It's going to be very hard work for the bowlers today. They're going to have to really work hard on their lines and lengths. Batters will get value for their runs here, and if they get in, they will be in for a real day out. It's another sellout crowd here in Taunton, and we cannot wait to see you all down here for what should be a showcase from both men and women.
Good afternoon on this wonderful Sunday here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Somerset taking on the Kent Spitfires. Somerset have won the toss and they've elected to field. They'll be due out on the pitch in about 5 minutes' time. I don't have anyone sat next to me, so I'm going to either talk to myself or beg Sam Dalling to come and sit next to me for 5 minutes. But we'll just have a little look through the teams if we've got those available for you. There we go. We have the Somerset team sheet at the moment. Taking the gloves and batting number 1, Tom Banton, Will Smead, Tom Kohler-Cadmore, Tom Abel, Sean Dixon, Captain Lewis Gregory, Ben Green, Lewis Goldsworthy, who took a magnificent 4-wicket haul the other day up at Bristol, Craig Overton, Matt Henry and Riley Meredith, the 2 overseas players.
Is that like Frankenstein's T20 side Somerset have assembled? That is some team.
Yes, it's quite strong, isn't it? And hence why they're doing so well in the league at the moment. What do you think about the opposition, Big Sam?
I think Kent, Little Pete, are better than people get them credit for. They're dangerous, right? I love watching. I love watching Daniel Bell-Drummond. They're going to miss Joe Denley today. Got injured while batting against. Sorry, I was hoping his nephew was going to play as well. Jaden Denley, who's in the England under-19 squad with a young Thomas Rue, but that is a dangerous side. Tom Rogers is a good pickup from Australia, played quite a lot of big bash. He'll probably take the new ball or bowl fairly early on, but he also smashes it down the order, as does Grant Stewart. Joey Everson, man, you've shared a dressing room a little bit with up at Nottinghamshire.
Yeah, very good player with bat and ball. Very talented young cricketer. Daniel Bell-Drummond loves batting here at Taunton, scores a lot of runs against Somerset, so he'll be a key wicket in particular, and Sam Billings obviously coming off the back of a pretty steady old workload in terms of the amount of franchise cricket he plays in the winter, so no doubt in good form. Wes Agar, the Aussie, bowls a heavy ball, and Nathan Gilchrist, who spent a bit of time here at the Cooper Associates County Ground before he moved southeast. Nathan Gilchrist, a big, tall, fast bowler, will look to extract a little bit out of this very, very pure batting surface here at Taunton. The Guard of Honour is on the pitch at the moment. It won't be too long before they're waving their flags and greeting the Somerset players onto the field.
Yeah, the umpires today in this one, Mark Peverell and Mike Burns. I think Sue Redfern is the third umpire for this one. Polly Rhodes, where's Polly? Polly will be over there on the other side, ready to do the scoring. Nathan Gilchrist, was he someone... He was very highly rated, wasn't he, as a youngster? Was it just he couldn't quite see a pathway through to the first team here, do you think?
Well, I think it was probably in an era where the seam bowling was well stacked, and he was probably at a stage of his career where he wasn't quite hitting his straps, and you know, you've got that decision to make as a young cricketer. You either bide your time, and I've no doubt he would have played plenty of games for Somerset if he'd have stayed, but sometimes the grass is a shade or two greener when you move away, and you know, he moved away for first team cricket and he's got a lot of it, and he's pretty much one of the first names on the team sheet for Kent now, so it turned out to be a good decision for his own career. As we have a look at the Somerset players coming down the new steps we have here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. They used to come out of the bottom door, but now they jettison themselves down a couple of flights of steps onto the pitch now.
Do they?
Trying to make it sound exciting and dynamic.
Would you like those steps in your day? Would you have like run down them, a bit of theme music,
well,
some fireworks?
I just see trip hazard.
That's what
that's what I would be worried about.
And
there we go. There's Jack Leach. He'll be doing a few duties today, wearing the number 17 shirt, sporting it well.
There's a few decent players that can't get in this Somerset T20 side. If I remember rightly, Harry will know this, Nathan Gilchrist is a DJ as well, isn't he, in his spare time? Doesn't he, what do you call it, mix some decks? No, you're on the decks.
Disc jockey?
I know he's a disc jockey. I don't know what you do. Do you
scratch?
Mix?
Scratch, don't you? Scratch the deck.
Do you scratch them? Have you ever done much DJing at the club end of season dinner? No,
you don't really sort of like scratch Elvis and Johnny Cash, mate. You know, it's not really.
Do you not think they'd make a good mega mix?
Well, I'm sure someone could. Right on cue, though, we've got the Prodigy playing. That's very much a DJ kind of speciality. But yeah, let's get off that subject. My DJing, apart from putting on my iTunes, that's about as far as my DJing goes. We've got the VERTU Motors Range Rover, all powered up, hopefully charged, ready to bring the match ball out to the players when the time's right.
Who's driving has what I know, because I saw Mr. Max Waller loitering, trying to get his way onto the control a little bit earlier on. He asked the expedition if it would be possible.
Well, it's always of somewhat concern, but I think there's probably an insurance liability. So I'm sure we've got a official member of staff that's got an RC controlled license ready to go. Then we see it's always quite an excited feeling just before a T20 game here at Taunton. The crowd is filling up as it has done throughout the day. For many of you that's been online watching the YouTube coverage, we had the women's game on earlier, so plenty of cricket here, but it seems to be very much the main event.
Yeah, just a reminder for those of you just joining us, it was Lewis Gregory who won the toss and elected to bowl as they are about to make their way out onto the field here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Just getting counted down.
5, 4, 3,
they're clashing shirts as well. I wouldn't know who the umpires are on the Somerset field. Very much right. Any surprise Somerset won the toss and bowl?
No, it seems to be the formula. They back themselves to chase, and you know, they also back their, you know, their very much three-pronged fast bowling attack. Overton often bowls a high percentage, if not all of his overs with the new ball, and you've got Henry and Riley Meredith. The quality keeps coming from a seam bowling department. Ben Green often comes in after the batters have been tormented by those three, and he bowls his change-ups and a bit of skillful bowling, and he's been the one to mop up some wickets down towards the back end. So that's very much the blueprint of how Somerset like to go about their business, as Tom Kohler-Cadmore takes the ball off of the VERTU Range Rover. Mike Burns wants nothing to do with that, and it is bowled to Craig Overton, very much the talisman of Somerset's bowling attack, and he will be bowling the first delivery to Twanda Muyeye.
Saying a little bit earlier on, Harry, we're looking forward to watching this young man. He's had a few scores. 2015 in 7, 26, 24, 42. So he's made starts. Can he go on and make a big one? He'll be hoping so today. Somerset will be looking to see the back of him pretty quickly. Daniel Bell Drummond, who I also love watching play. Forget my words. Ready? brief pause.
Just waiting. We're a minute earlier, but we've decided to get going, or Michael Burns has, and Overton steams in. Nice start there from Craig Overton. That very much in character, hard length delivery and watchfully played. Both Daniel Bell Drummond and Mieye very much sit quite deep in the crease. They love a pick-up pull. Bell Drummond in particular is a really good cutter. He plays that sort of back cut through the gully region very well. But nice bit of aggression there from Mieye. And a good stop there by Matt Henry mid-on, keeping that to a single.
Crawling around on all fours. That was like you after your 10 overs yesterday, wasn't it? On all fours.
Definitely on my hands and knees by the end of yesterday, my friend.
So you got up the stairs here.
Yeah, it's no good. Too old to be messing around with this game. Leave it to the youngsters.
Daniel Bell Drummond taking guard for the first time. Kent have their first run. Such a good operator, Craig Overton, on the power play. As he said, often bowls his 3 or 4 overs, takes wickets as well, picks up big wickets, top order batters. Could you have foreseen him being so good with the white ball when he first came through? Because he was very good championship cricketer, but maybe didn't have the pace or doesn't have the variations, does he?
Yeah, I think a couple of years ago, I think it was a real big moment for him, because when he first started playing white ball cricket, he was used in the traditional sense where he'd bowl 2 up the top, 2 at the end. Often 2 up the top would be effective, but almost what makes him a dangerous bowler with the new ball made him somewhat hittable with the older ball, because he's tall and he gets bounced. A lot of batters were able to get under him, and I think he really struggled bowling death, because it's not for everyone. You know, I think a great example is why Alfonso was so good. He's, you know, a foot shorter than Craig Overton, was able to keep the ball skidding under the bat. Whereas Craigo gets that bounce, and yeah, it really suits him. You know, if he's got a little bit of swing or nip with the hardness of the new ball, that bounce he gets, you know, I think it makes him feel a lot more comfortable when he's bowling. So I think the year Somerset won the trophy, he bowled the whole campaign, bowling all 4 straight through. So don't be surprised if we see that again tonight. Last ball of the first over. It's been a good one so far. Just 1 run from it. Very good start from the home team.
Yeah, 5 dot balls from Craig Overton. That has become typical of what he does in T20 cricket, as you say. Even though when he's finished bowling, he might bowl his 3 or 4 overs, and then he goes and grazes at long on and takes catches for fun. So
well, it's all right for the Kent batters now. He's bowled his over, and you've only got Matt Henry to face.
That's what they do keep coming. If it doesn't work, Overton, it's Henry, it's Meredith, it's Lewis Gregory. Ben Green. Often teams might look at that Somerset bowling quintet and think, okay, Ben Green is the one to target. So often we've seen it go wrong. They try and hit him out of the ground, he picks up wickets, caught on the boundary. Lewis Gold will be the one spinner in the Somerset side. Matt Henry then from the River End. Lewis Gregory in at slip, accompanying Tom Banton. 2 fielders outside the circle, down at third, deep square leg. Fielder at square leg, Tom Abel will get round to that really quickly. Just a single for Mieye. Every dot ball, every bit of fielding, pretty much everything Somerset do here. A sold out Cooper Associates County Ground gets applauded by a highly partisan home crowd. 2 without last Daniel Bell Drummond on strike. Kent coached this year by Adam Hollyoak. That is an exciting appointment for them. To use his feet. Clever from Matt Henry, just pulled the length back inside edge. Would you have played against Adam Hollyoak at any point?
Yeah, early on in my career, caught the back end of Smokey, was his nickname, Adam Hollyoak. Yeah, very combative cricketer.
Bit of an aura about him.
Yeah, very much so. I think the first time I ever met him, if you like, on the cricket field, he was fielding silly point or short leg when Saqlain Mushtaq was bowling, and he was so close, and you just saw that sort of like crazy look in his eye that he wouldn't back down in any situation, and no shock when he ended up doing some in the octagon UFC scrapping at some stage in his life.
Do you fancy a bit of that? Do you follow him into the cages? I wouldn't go to the cage about him.
Not with my nose, buddy.
Single down to Will Smead at third. You've got to look after the facial features, Peter. Just 2 off this first 3 balls of the Matt Henry over. Great start for Somerset. False start for Henry.
Yeah, it's one of the real great skills that Matt Henry's got. I think he's got such a good bowling action. He watches the batter and he's got a really quick arm. So when they advance, he's able just to whip it through even quicker and just hold his length back. Very, very good bowler and can be pretty skiddy on his day. Oh, hit him. Just the one. Yeah, I think it's very much a feature of how the games go with the quality of the 3, what you'd call powerhouse seamers that Somerset have. There's often a situation where the opposition feel like they're behind the 8 ball. Goldsworthy or Green come on, they go a little bit too hard, which opens the door for, in particular, Ben Green to pick up the wickets. I mean, his strike rate in 2020 cricket the last few years has been remarkable.
Pulled, that's going to go all the way. Drop short. Bell Drummond is very good behind square on both sides.
Yeah, I don't feel like he needed to do that, Matt Henry. He was on top of Bell Drummond there, and he's a very strong player of the short ball.
First boundary of the innings for Kent takes a bit of it pressure off. They've been feeling it a little bit into double figures though. That one go all the way into the graveyard. Fetch that back.
A very happy birthday to Somerset under 12 boys.
It ended up a little bit unlucky, I think, but never making England appearance. Got pretty close. I remember he partnered 50 over games for the Lions, him and Ben Duckett, I think, on 300 or 400. He was close, Bell Drummond, but never got the call. He's been a wonderful player for Kent and will continue to be.
End of the second over, and we're going to find Toby, who I believe is somewhere in the crowd today.
Right time down at the front end of the Undarchi stand with 5 very excited Somerset fans. What are your names, guys?
Teddy, Arthur,
Tom,
Seth, Hugo.
and Tom. I believe you're outnumbered because these guys play for your rival club. Do you want to give yours a shout out?
I'd like to say thank you for my club, Taunton Vale, and come on, Taunton Vale!
Up the Taunton Vale, there were some fans over there as well. Good luck, and go Somerset.
That's Toby Osborne in the crowd. He's either shrunk his shirt or he's been hitting the gym. Those biceps. That's enormous biceps. Will he make that catch? No, Matt Henry didn't quite get there. The is going to pick up 2. That went as high as it did far.
Pretty good effort from Matt Henry there. He started up in the 30-yard circle off the bottom of the bat, hung up there for ages. He nearly got there.
Yeah, he's had a good solid mow at that one, hasn't he? Trying to dispatch it into the donut stand. Didn't quite get enough topping on that one. Nice comeback there from Overton, just bashing into that thigh pad height delivery.
You like that donut stand? That's twice you mentioned it today. You been down there? Popped in?
I walked past it, but I put the blinkers on. Yeah, just and shuffle as quickly as I can.
Which today would have been tough.
Yeah, it's definitely been a shuffly kind of day. Overton picking those heels up, running in with vigour. Bell Drummond looking to execute that late cut that he plays so well.
It's a good feel to him, isn't it? Sort of more orthodox. Cover point, and at backward point, and then that further down at third. Scores heavily in that sort of area.
Yeah, it's a fantastic surface here at Taunton. Early stages, but Somerset have done well to keep Kent down to only 13 so far. With only a couple of balls left of that third over.
Yeah, that one was struck really well, but too well. Straight to Tom Kohler-Cadmore, right on the edge of that 30-yard circle.
I think if you did have a target here as a batting side, you'd probably want 10 and over for the first 6 overs in that power play. Thick edge down to Tom Abel at third man. Yeah, you can already sense that Kent batters are itching a little bit now to try and get some boundaries flowing. Yeah, I'd certainly suggest the par here at Taunton, going by the other night where Somerset chased down 230, that you'd want your first innings to start with a 2, certainly a late 190s. That's a good over there from Craigo. He's only gone for half a dozen in his first 2 overs. Have a look at that replay, a little knuckle ball that's just shaped in. It's a very good delivery there. Fans just topping up their drinks.
Speaking of which, you can top up your drinks at the Beer and Cider Festival. It's becoming an annual event. Somerset facing Durham's men's side in the Metrobank One Day Cup, Friday the 8th of August. Log on to the Somerset County Cricket Club website to get your tickets. Matt Henry to continue from the River End. Wow, that's a big pickup from Yeye. He's chipped it over, 1 bounce, 2 bounce towards mid-wicket. Picked up another boundary. 19 without loss, Ken.
Yeah, didn't get much of that one right off the toe end of the bat, but a good committed swing, so just enough to take it over the rope for 4.
Releases a bit of pressure for him. He's been out there, well, that was his 8th ball, first boundary into double figures. 11 off 8 for him, 8 off 11 for Daniel Bell-Drummond. Just the 2 boundaries so far. Deep mid-wicket goes out. It's going to be a wide. Just gets his line wrong there, Matt Henry. Tom Banton. Pink shirt on, black trousers, green gloves. Are they pink or red shoes? Lovely colour clash there from Tom Banton.
There's a lot going on, isn't there?
It is. Would you have been proud of that, Getter? Or was that too much even for you?
Just reminds me of opening a bag of Skittles, looking at all those colours going on.
Pulled, gets past Riley Meredith at short fine leg. That's the danger. Fine leg up in the circle. If you just go 2 straight, it was back of a length. 4 more for Yeye. 2 boundaries in the over for him. Good start to the over for not the best start of the over for Matt Henry. 4 wide, 4.
Got a little bit too straight so far. Henry gets away with it this time. Just been a fraction into sort of middle and leg, allowing these two to sort of just pick the ball up and help it on its way.
What's he trying to do there? He's obviously getting it slightly wrong, but what's his intention?
Well, I think his intention is to bowl sort of top and middle and off, hard length, but I think he's just getting sucked in towards the batter a little bit there, and at these two, I would say that was quite a risky strategy. I would like to see that line bowled, but it's been played beautifully there by Bell-Drummond. Stand and deliver, races to that mid-wicket boundary for 4.
Top spin forehand almost from Bell-Drummond, just back of a leg. Brilliant hand speed for him, just whips it, gets over the top of it. Such a great player to watch when he's in touch. 29 now, Ken. Yet to lose a wicket. 3.4 overs in. Lewis Gregory won the toss and said, "Please, will you have a bat, Ken? We fancy chasing." The field changes for Bell-Drummond. So deep mid-wicket and deep square legs. There's gap in the leg side and ringer fielders, at, particularly in the covers and backward of point. Pulled. Man out there, though, so we'll just be 1. Ball to your field.
Tom Abel doing the fielding out there, the mid-wicket boundary. I wonder if in the back of the mind they're thinking, you know, we've done a bit of damage here with Matt Henry. Oh no, Riley Meredith, the guy that was a yard quick, is coming on next.
Yeah, we see those Matt Henry bowling speeds. Quickest 82.4. Riley Meredith goes a little bit sharper than that. Thanks very much to Urelay, who power our speed gun here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Heaved, didn't get hold of it. Just one.
Yeah, good over there from a Kent perspective, but still a little bit behind where they'd like to be. These next 2 overs of the power play are often crucial. I think that's generally a bit of a policy. You know, overs 1, 2, maybe 3 and 4, you can just get yourself going. But if you're no wickets down, 5 and 6, you light the paper and off you go. Thanks to VERTU for their continued partnership. Hope you've got your VERTU earpieces if you're anywhere in the ground. And if you're thinking of swapping your car, maybe give them a shout. There's an absolute beauty, one of their demonstrators out in the car park at the moment. I thought it was my new delivery, but not so much luck. Not as much luck as Miyeye's had there. Big slash, aiming for over mid-off, but that's a thick edge over, third man. That races away to the Hildreth stand for 4.
You make your own luck. Slash hard. Right off the bottom of the bat there. It's a third backward point, orthodox point over all of them.
Oh, what a shot that is. That's a proper cricket shot, that, by Twanda Miyeye. Absolutely cream-crackered back down the ground. Nearly took Craig Overton's right hoof with him. Luckily, it missed him.
Yeah, back-to-back boundaries, and that's the best shot we've seen so far. And a little bit of momentum now. 5 boundaries in the last 8 balls for Kent.
Oh, I reckon that's a bit of flesh there in between the thigh pad and the pad. That'll sting a little bit.
Bit of a bruise tomorrow. They must be the worst ones. Bruise up nicely.
Yeah, back of the knee. Don't miss those.
40 without loss. Kent just showing that you don't have to lose your heads. They had a slowish start by T20 standards without taking any massive risks. They're in a decent-ish position. Pulled in the air.
Hasn't got enough. Probably enough to pick up 2. Sean Dixon doing the chasing at mid-wicket. Yeah, I would say they've brought it back to something like par. That excellent last 10 balls Kent have had. They've played almost the perfect power play. They've given themselves a bit of time, saw off the really new ball, and now they're looking to attack the Somerset bowlers.
A leg by there. 12 off the over so far, 10 off the bat. Craig Overton, back end of his 3rd over. Imagine we'll see a change of bowling down at the river end. Might be time for Riley Meredith. Might be time for Lewis Gregory.
Wouldn't surprise me if Lewis Gregory has a bowl potentially with his change-up deliveries, but either would get my vote, to be honest. A great shot there from Miyeye, just stands, delivers, picks up back of a length all the way into the family stand for 6. Another back-to-back good over there from the Spitfires batters. Bell Drummond and Miyeye have got themselves off to a very bright start. Just a shade under 10 runs and over as Harry Everett joins me for this 6th over, and it is going to be the Rocket Man, Riley Meredith.
Yeah, I was just thinking back to Friday night in Bristol, actually. Riley Meredith, do you remember the field he had? He had 4 men in the ring behind the square, and the 5 in front were all on the boundary. So I wonder, he's probably not going to go straight to that now, but that was sort of his short ball thinking, or the way he's playing at a big ground like Bristol. It's going to be quite different here at the small ground at Taunton.
Yeah, if you've got a big, I mean, the Bristol pitch isn't of the same sort of standard bat for batting on as this wicket is here at Taunton. He's gone hard into the pitch. Hasn't quite got enough. Great bit of fielding out there on the boundary ropes by Sean Dixon. He's going to pick up 3 runs, instantly going straight to the bouncer. Yeah, that would suggest that he's going to bowl a lot into the wicket, slower bounces. I don't know if that is what he bowled, because I wasn't watching, but
yeah, mostly.
That's
different in the power play now, but
yeah, when you've got a bit of acreage in front of you and a wicket that's gripping a little bit, that seems to be the favoured way to go for fast bowlers now. Slower bouncers, which are always a bit of a nemesis when I used to face quick bowlers. I used to hate slower bouncers.
Yeah, I can see you pulling them too early. And
yeah, getting clanged on the back of the head.
Yep.
Yeah, on 31, striking it nicely.
Oh, if Ben Green had left it, it would have probably been 1. Ben Green's tried to save it. He's tried to help out his point and backward point, Smeed and Green working together. Smeed probably had it covered. Green tried to dive across and just knocked it past him. Tipped it around the post for 2. Somerset renowned for their fielding. You know, one tiny minor blip there, really, but their fielding's been pretty decent in the last few games, the first few games of the tournament. Sean Dixon out with that injured finger injury. Played his first game back on Thursday night and just showing some brilliant work on the rope, the ball before. I think of the young lads charging around, but Sean Dixon still moves pretty well.
Oh, what a shot that is.
Oh. That's probably the shot of the match so far. Brandon Mier is a serious talent. Clean pick up, good eye for the ball, and he knows he's going to get some quick stuff from Ronnie Meredith. When it's not a slower ball, he can just ramp it straight over Tom Bandon for 6. That's a safer shot than the pull shot as well. Deep square legs back, wickets back. Well, any short ball just ramp for 6.
Good shot there, and Mier is off to a flyer, 39 off 17 all of a sudden. The momentum shifts in Kent's favour. Good power play, no wickets down.
Good comeback. That's the thing with Meredith, he's your strike bowler, he's your X factor, but he can go the distance. If he doesn't get it quite right, you know, he's gone for 11 off 3 balls, but then he's brought it back with a pretty quick in-swinger.
Yeah, often the way. Your relay speed gun showing he's already touching 88 miles an hour at the moment, which I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that's something to keep a close eye on when you're 22 yards away.
Yeah, didn't like being it for 6. The next ball was always going to be a little bit quicker.
Another quality shot out to the mid-wicket boundary. Goes for 4, not timed by Bell Drummond, but he's got enough on it. Just as Harry says, that extra pace can often be the downfall in terms of your bowling figures, because pace on often comes off the bat just as quick.
Yeah, he's your gamble bowler, Ronnie Meredith. He's 4 for the other day. He's bowled really well at times, but in a power play, you've only got 2 men back. It's quite hard to cover the areas his extra pace could be hit to. And these 2 batters are pretty good against pace. Last ball of the power play. That's going to be another boundary, I think. It's not absolutely nailed, it's sort of clothed, but over extra cover. Just going to go for 4, despite the dive. Was he over? Oh, his leg's over. He almost gives 4 there, doesn't he? Yeah, he doesn't want to argue. I think he's given 4. Pretty honest for the Somerset fielders, yeah. Very good of him. He knows how Henry it is. He knows he's over the rope. He's given it his 4 straight away. The ball's at the rope, then his hand, then his body's over the
Integrity wins. Good lad. Good lad, Matt Henry, unless Somerset fall 2 runs short.
Kiwis are always honest, aren't they? Here we go, Lewis Goldsworthy then, first over outside the power play. 4 for 13 he had on Friday night in Gloucestershire. We mentioned in our pre-match spiel how he was a little bit under pressure. The game we bowled here against Surrey, Jason Roy got hold of him, hit him in the flats.
He was under the pump, Barry.
Thanks
to Pump Supplies. All your pumping stations, sewage clearance, anything that you don't want to get involved in, give them a nudge.
There you go, Lewis Goldsworthy was under the pump.
I wonder if they sorted out the old drainage problem at the old Botham stand we had a few weeks back.
Yeah, the Costa to Colin Atkinson. Yeah, no. Well, Goldsworthy's going to have a deep cover, a deep long off, a deep long on, a deep cow and a deep square leg. Pretty standard 5 men out for a spinner. First over outside the power play. Uyeye, the talented right-hander, just not that for 1. Spent the first 5 overs next door, the BBC comms, listen to Mark Davies a bit, and it's always interesting hearing him because he coached Daniel Bell Drummond all the way through Millfield as a 13-year-old right up to an 18-year-old. So he knows his game inside out, talking about his back foot cuts, and they meet up for a bite to eat every time Davies is down here. But he was saying he's actually changed his game a little bit to allow him to attack him with red ball and white ball. A slight tweak to his setup. He's a little bit nerve looking there against Goldsworthy. Goldsworthy's got his tail out, remember. Come from a man of the match performance, 4 for 13 on Friday night. flowing with confidence.
Yeah, it certainly helps coming on to bowl at a very difficult stage here. Kent 70 without loss. It really is a green light to go pretty hard at the Somerset spinner right now. So good that he's got some wickets in the shed, in the bank. Oh, hard pull shot out to Tom Abel at deep square. Probably missed out on a boundary option there.
Yeah, you can tell he's throwing his head back in frustration. 5 yards either side of Abel. He's probably got 4 for that. We're a little bit further over towards the flats today, so still a fair hit by Taunton standards. More great fielding on the boundary there. Easy 2, but saved 2 runs. Even if it's not a clean pickup, he's still done well to save 2 runs. Sean Dixon again.
1 ball left in this over. It's been a good one so far from Lewis Goldsworthy.
Yeah, be more than happy. Even if this goes for a boundary, he's probably won the over, and it doesn't, so definitely Lewis Goldsworthy wins that over. Yeah, there were talks of whether Josh Thomas or Archie Vaughan or Finn Hill, one of them could come in and bowl a bit and bat a bit. But Lewis Goldsworthy, hopefully that's a coming of age bowling performance for him on Friday night. Cement his spot in this Somerset side. Of course, Ruller van der Merwe no longer here. After years and years from Max Waller to then van der Merwe.
Change of bowling from the river end.
He's on 12th this duty.
Number 24 in
Gregory, the
captain, Lewis Gregory.
Go to himself a bit of change-ups, a bit of seam and his regular slower balls from the river end. Gregory's got 3 back on the next side, 2 on the offside, pretty much the same field as Goldsworthy. Ah, no, he's going to change his mind now. Mid-off's going to come up. Riley Meredith's going to go back to deep third. So Henry's now up in the ring at mid-off. Straight away, 4 runs. Is he, oh, I don't know, has he got hold of that enough? No, he's just going to bring it in as Tom Abel. Good work from deep cover, keeping it to 2. Thought he got hold of that. The less pace from Lewis Gregory means I'm not going to get away with mistiming it over cover for 4. That is a lovely pickup and swing into the Somerset stand. Block to the Somerset stand. Is that drop catch, Pete? Yeah, I think that's a chance. Plenty of people in it. It's a sellout, don't forget. So beware, if you're listening on the earpiece, be ready for a catch in the crowd.
Yeah, the perfect platform laid by these two. 83 without loss, 7 overs gone. Kent coach will be eyeing up a first innings score, starting with a 2. Plenty of batting to come. So expect some pretty aggressive cricket to be played by the Kent openers. Beautiful start by them.
Change of gloves wanted by Daniel Drummond. Slightly surprising after only 7 overs, but current run rate 11.2. Yeah, 230 was not defended here on Thursday night, don't forget. Kent will be aware of that. Somerset keep winning the toss and keep choosing to bowl first. Lewis Gregory knows his team are brilliant at chasing. They will have to bat first at some stage in this competition, but pretty much always preferring to chase at Taunton. That was always the case when you were playing, wasn't it? You generally limited overs games here. Chase?
I think it's kind of changed the philosophy over the years because of all the different shots that have come up the ramps, as we see a great little flick over backward square leg there for 4. Somerset just bowling a little bit too straight to these two. Both these batters are very strong off their pads, and players of Bell Drummond's quality is not going to miss out on a ball like that. Expensive over so far, 14 off it with 1 still to come. Yeah, I think with modern T20 players towards the back end, if they're in especially, it's so hard to shut down with ramps. It's almost like you can never have enough fielders. So I think the policy for our team, because we had such a powerful top order was to just put the game out of sight by batting first. But you know, back end of my career, that was the, you know, chasing was more of the thought. But yeah, it seems to be predominantly that is the option, especially on a good batting pitch. If there's spin around, I think there's a conversation we have. But most pitches these days are very true, and they're prepared to be exciting for the crowd as well. You know, crowds want to see, you know, scores of 180 to 220. That's what brings the kids in, seeing all the sixes flying around the place. Ben Green into the attack from the Trescothick stand end.
Yeah, only 6 off his first over, Lewis Goldsworthy, but I think it's a case of just changing it, keeping it varied. Don't let either of these batters get settled in and take down a particular bowler. Goldsworthy and Green might bowl a couple of one-over spells, change ends, keep them guessing.
Crowd so full, there's not even a spot in the stand for Charlie Taylor, who's come in to visit us today.
Father's Day, I'm sure he said he was treating his dad today. I'm sure his dad's got his earpiece in.
He just misses us, he can't get enough. Part of the team.
Good run in there, cheeky single. There's Gregory not able to stop that extra cover.
Yeah, it really has been a great partnership so far. I think they both play in a similar way. And, you know, when one's gone really big, the other one's knocked it around, and they've kind of like dovetailed really nicely.
There's so many obsessions with short and tall, or right or left-handed opening partnerships, but these two, similar stature, similar style, will just work really well together. They're both quality right-handed T20 openers. Yeah, Lewis Goldsworthy quite within his right to shy at that one. If he hits it, it's close.
Both batters are very similar in style, for sure. Beau Drummond on 46.
Similar strike rate, similar runs.
Oh, he's hit that like an absolute tracer bullet. And that's gone for 4, and that is Beau Drummond's 50. He's been a thorn in Somerset's side for many a year. Another Cooper Associates County Ground 50 for Daniel Beau Drummond.
All my life I can remember watching T20 Blast games here and Daniel Beau Drummond scoring runs for Kent here. That catch one-handed above. We're up in the sky at Long On, I remember a few years ago. Blinding catch that was. That's a lovely cricket shot as well. To get that through the gap between Tom Kohler-Cadmore.
Yeah, serious batting there. Almost the perfect executed Yorker by Ben Green, and he's just almost like he's doing nick practice at the start of the game. Just guided that through gully. Neither fielder had any chance of saving that. 4 all the way. 54 for Beau Drummond off just 30 balls.
54 is also the number on the back of Ben Green's shirt. That's good cricket. If you can't get a boundary, can you tap it and go? Can you just deflect it?
Yeah, another great over by the Kent pair. I'm going to take a little break, and Nicole Harvey's going to join you, Harry, for a little stint, and I hope she brings with her some wickets.
Well, yeah, Kent are going strong, but then Middlesex were going pretty strong here on Thursday night. That amazing partnership between Gedders and Holman, who smashed it in the river 3 times. Incredible innings. You thought that was for Middlesex to get 230. Somerset were struggling. Charlie Taylor wrote them off. Charlie Taylor said the game was over in the power play, and Somerset were 3 down. You can't win games from there. Well, somehow they did, and Charlie's taken it very graciously. We won't tease him too much. Social media did that for us. Anyhow, Matt Henry's going to come back on from the river end. Just the previous over from Lewis Gregory. And that could be a wicket. Or is it going to be over his head again? It's a top edge. Wow, the boundaries here are short enough that he's top edged it for 6. It looked like it got straight up.
It did. It looked like it was going straight up there. But it's gone flying over that boundary right in front of us.
Danger of pace, I guess. Henry and Meredith, even if they get a top edge, a false shot and still got for 6. Take the luck. Sean Dixon had the luck on Thursday night, dropped a couple of times. LBW not given, stumping missed. He cashed in, won Somerset the game. Well, these two, if they can flash and flash hard and top edge for 6, happy days from their point of view. How can Henry come back here? Could be to Tom Abel. No, just in between the two. Ben Green's at deep backward point. Tom Abel's at deep cover. And even And that somehow by Sexton was close. Green, close to Green and Abel, couldn't quite get there. Runs keep flowing.
Both just such explosive players. Very destructive, Daniel Bell-Drummond. His statistics are quite something else. How he's not played for England, I don't know, Harry.
Yeah, he's in that James Hildiff camp, isn't he?
Yeah.
Years and years of county run scoring. Towards the end of his career now, of course, but still good enough to whack the ball around here. He loves batting at the Cooper Associates County Ground. That's good placement as well. He's not just whacking it and hoping for the best. He's placing that for 2 when he can't get 4s and 6s.
Leading run scorer in the T20 Blast in 2020. And definitely a man of many talents.
Yeah,
Mieye is an interesting story, isn't he? Asylum seeker from Zimbabwe, but also a great young talent for Kent.
Yeah, the different ends of their careers, these two, but as we say, both pretty good together. That's not quite carrying to Craig Overton a bit on.
Almost flat-batted that one.
Yeah, it's the Steve Smith forehand tennis shot. Sometimes see.
Are you just practicing that one, Harry?
Well, yeah, it's not really in my locker, to be fair. No, definitely not got that one. If I try, I'd just top edge it into my helmet, probably. Yeah, Bell-Drummond, of course, Kent's Red Bull captain as well. In Division 2 now. Oh, I was not expecting that shot. They're both playing so well in front of square. Gets a little bit funky. Doesn't come off very well, actually.
Yeah, I watched Bell-Drummond down at Gloucestershire captaining, and he's very attacking with his fields. He's very creative, quite innovative in sort of being always positive, no matter the scenario, which is really good to see.
Yeah, they had a few injuries last year. Their fast bowling ranks they really struggled with. Relegation from Division 1. Remember, Somerset Cadmore whacked it around. County Championship against them.
You know he wants a big one. He had 19 against Surrey, Daniel Bell-Drummond, but he did have 61 versus Hampshire. Oh, it's all going on here.
I think there always was 2. I think they hesitated, which was the problem. If they'd gone straight away, they'd have clearly got back for 2. The throw wasn't perfect. Phantom went again at the non-striker's end. But both make it safe enough.
Those umpires and those pink and black combos looks like we've got 13 for Somerset again.
Every time I see that, I think, how is that legal? I think surely the ref or the umpire, any sport, the official has to be overside.
Got your glasses on.
Yeah. No, being the cricketer pre-season, Bell-Drummond was talking about hanging on a bit in the last couple of years in Division 1, struggling to stay in it, so actually they might relax more in Division 2 and come back with a stronger side, rebuild, get some youngsters in. But anyhow, he's given the strike over to Mieye as Lewis Goldsworthy comes back for a second over. A couple of times here he's only bowled 1 over, but he's given 2 after his brilliant performance on Friday night.
Just darting that
the
one
M5.
Yeah, and that was good to see for him to have that little comeback. He struggled a little bit again in that Surrey game. He bowled quite full.
Well, Jason Roy was whacking it clean, wasn't he?
He was having none of that. So.
He was in. Goldsworthy, that's a lovely cricket shot.
Clean hitting there. As Daniel Bell-Drummond absolutely smashes that one through extra cover.
Yeah, that was literally through Lewis Gregory. I mean, he's quite close. He's sort of catching extra cover. He's trying to narrow the angle, but he thought he could give himself a chance, maybe.
Yeah, he's on the crease line trying to cut that one off, but
Bell-Drummond's
clean. Very clean hitting. Darted that one in. That's just going to be a single out to square leg.
Yeah, he's not giving any flight for them to get underneath it. That sort of modern spearing in T20 bowling, which is different to what he did at Bristol. He'd vary it. Him and Darcy Short might toss it up. They might vary.
Yeah, but it's quite a small boundaries here at Somerset, and good piece of fielding there from Gregory.
There's a stumble at the non-strikers.
Daniel Bell-Drummond's just dived, thinking, I'm not getting run out, I'm on 75.
Yeah, missing out on 100 because he's run out from a dot ball would be daft.
Yeah, so nice to see Goldsworthy.
Nice shot option for me. He's trying to get it behind square, trying to beat Riley Meredith at 45, but Tom Abel at square leg now is placed correctly to keep it at 1.
Yeah, Mieye is only 24 and Bell-Drummond, see, early 30s. That one's flatter again there from Goldsworthy. Overton, quick pick up there at mid-on.
We're talking about how well these two are batting. Well, actually, the highest opening partnership for Kent against Somerset in T20 cricket was back in 2016. It was 150. Well, these two aren't far away now. The modern game, the bats are bigger, the balls, the balls bowl even faster these days. Higher scoring generally nowadays in 2016. That was Joe Denley and Daniel Bell-Drummond back then. Daniel Bell-Drummond to Wanda Muyeyi today. Far away in pretty quick time, but Somerset chased 230 on Thursday. They'll be confident, anything under that.
Gregory back here for his second over from the river end now. Is that a chance? No. It's aerial, but it's not able to be cut off as that's struck hard again. Daniel Bell-Drummond just seems to be in that zone. He's in destruction zone. He's got very fast hands. And anything slightly full, Somerset have got a little bit straight at times with their bowling in this innings so far, and Daniel Bell-Drummond is...
Yeah, that was barely a fifth of a chance. That would have been an absolute worldie. He did well to even get near it, to be honest with you. That went like a tracer bullet. It's a rare dot ball.
Player miss outside that off stump.
Near the wide line, not quite there. But the thing is, any connection there, that's going to beat Banton or Green and go for 4 or 6 probably.
You see his hand speed though, Bell-Drummond, and he picks length so well. Very, very good on the short ball.
There we go, there's the wide line we were talking about. That time Lewis Gregory doesn't quite get it right.
Just teasing it. He knows if he gets too straight to him, Daniel Bell-Drummond's aiming for the stands.
Yeah, Mike Burns and Mark Newell are pretty experienced umpires. They're not going to let the captain get away with that. There's a bit of a trend on Thursday, I noticed, the Middlesex game. Quite often the first ball, the over was going for boundaries. Middlesex were targeting it. Get them under the cosh. Oh, so we're going to see another flash. Is that going to go all the way for 4? Yes, even with a dive from Ben Green. Lewis Goldsworthy down there.
You got so excited then, Harry, you just caught your headset.
Yeah, I whacked my headset on the hill. I was trying to peer down, but we haven't got a very good view of the deep third angle from here. Nearly whacked the commentary mic into the SDM box. What was I saying anyway?
No, Goldsworthy couldn't get anywhere near that one.
No, about targeting the first. I was watching...
Yeah, you were saying Middlesex game.
Yeah, and I was watching Sussex Glamorgan last night in Cardiff. That was on Sky, and so often the first will go for a boundary. I mean, if you can do that, I mean, what a cricket shot that is. That's one of the best shots we've seen today. Smashed over mid-off. You can't have 6 men back on the boundary. You can only have 5. So there's going to be a vacant area.
He loves Somerset though, doesn't he? Millfield School, and
he just gets runs here for fun, doesn't he?
He knows it's a good batting track. He's got extremely fast hands and picks length so well. 31 years old. He's had an array of experience in his career so far.
Round the wicket, what can he do? Well, it's a more orthodox cricket shot. Just a back foot punch cut for 1. What do you think Somerset can do in it? What can they do to try and stem the flow? You've got to take a wicket, I guess, but how are they going to do that?
Yeah, I mean, they've tried Goldsworthy, and so far it hasn't come off. I mean, he hasn't been particularly expensive. He's only gone for 13 off those 2 overs, which in the scheme of the game is really, really tight. You know, they're on 143. That's a nice cricket shot there through the covers. Muyeyi just leaning on that one.
I wonder if they go to Riley Meredith just because he can go sheer pace, then a slower ball. He got a brilliant wicket here on Thursday night with a slower ball, which I really enjoyed. It was Eskenazi and Williamson that opened up.
Well, I'm thinking, do you go Goldsworthy one end and him at the other? It's quite different.
Yeah.
It's something different.
Well, there we go. Goldsworthy's one of them. Riley did bowl from the far end, the river end earlier on as well. Yeah, that could work.
I just think that could be a combination. It's quite a difference in pace then, you know. You've got one end with Lewis Goldsworthy, who is bowling flat, but he's bowling spin, and then you've got the pace coming on at that other end. Skid it through, possibly.
That's a good cricket shot. Lewis Goldsworthy is making them having to play good cricket shots. They can't just slap him around. They're not getting underneath him and hitting him for 4s and 6s. Really good spell from Lewis Goldsworthy here. I think it's just the confidence thing. I think he was a bit nervous bowling it after Jason Roy took him down. I mean, Jason Roy's been one of the best white ball openers in the last decade around the world, so it's not an easy task.
That's a good ball.
Really good revs on that delivery. A little bit slower. Well, there shouldn't really be a leg by there.
Direct hit there, but it's not out.
I think it flicked off Goldsworthy's fingers. That's going to hurt.
Really?
They're going to send it upstairs, but
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's in. I forget, so we should mention that Sky Plus or Sky Cricket, they're sort of here. They've got some camera staff here. They haven't got the commentators here, but we can replay that. But we can tell you that he's in. We don't need the camera up here. I can tell you he's in.
Yeah, I think, like you said, that first game, it might have just been a bit of nerves situation. And the thing is, when he gets it right, he really bowls such a good length. He holds his length well. And first up, he bowled an awful length, way too full. And that was probably in his head.
Spinner bowling there, wouldn't you?
It's in his head then. And when you're bowling against, one of the best, it's very difficult to almost get that out of your head and get back on it.
Now, do these two get a bit tired here? Because there's a lot of running between the wickets, even between the boundaries. They're both professionals. They're fit, of course, but there isn't much time to get your breath back. Can they scamper 2s here? Because they're not getting the boundaries off Goldsworthy.
Beltram 92, and that's well hit. Really well hit.
Bobble in front of Gregory. He was there. He covered it. He made the ground and he was there, but a tiny little bobble just beaten before. Good cricket shot, don't get me wrong, but he nearly stopped that. Unlucky because Goldsworthy's done really well to not have a boundary off his over. Now, Daniel Bell-Drummond has 2 T20 before versus Middlesex in 2023 and Surrey here in 2016, thanks to Statman Dalling at the back of the box. Give us the full Randy Zaltzman treatment. An appeal for LBW, and they've got a leg by for it. Tom Banton's fuming. I think he's angry it's not been given out. Then he's angry that no one from point, short third or cover has got the ball. Somehow, a leg by that's gone 4 yards in front of the stumps has got to run.
Well, Daniel Bell-Drummond did look a little bit panicked there for a minute. I think he was thinking, I hope I don't get given here.
LBW on 95. He has had a lot more the strike than Miei. 30 balls Miei's faced.
There's your answer. I don't think they are tired. Scampered another quick 2. And they're striking so well at the minute. Something's going to have to try and give here. Somerset, who they're going to go to.
There's his 50 though, to Wanda Miei, 50 off 31 balls. I said he's not had as much to strike as Daniel Bell-Drummond, but the two bat so well together. What a cracking partnership this is. 154, so this is now Kent's highest opening stand against Somerset in all T20 cricket. The game we mentioned before at Canterbury back in 2016. Yeah, the highest team totals for Kent. 236 Kent scored against Essex back at Canterbury. I mentioned earlier we saw 230 on Thursday night. These two aren't going to waste any time now. They've got batting still to come. Sam Billings, of course, franchise superstar who's played all around the world. He still hasn't had a bat yet. So Kent are a stronger team than people give them credit for.
Yeah, they've had a bit of a mix few years.
There, he's smashing it over extra cover. Is it going to go for 4? Can Tom Abel get there? That is a phenomenal innings from Daniel Bell-Drummond. Wanda Miei at the other end is celebrating passionately. These two love batting together. What a special moment that is. The Millfield schooled lad that Mark Davies in the com box next door coached all the way through his school years. He loves batting here, absolutely loves it. He's got his 100 today. I mentioned just a minute ago, he's had 2 T20 100s before today. That's his 3rd. His best is 112 not out, and with 7 overs more to come. Daniel Bell-Drummond could quite easily fly past that. He's barely given a chance. 48 balls. Some strike rate. What a player. And Riley Meredith is quick, but the crowd have gone a bit quiet here because it's not quick enough to stop Daniel Bell-Drummond in full flow. I say he's not quick enough to stop him in full flow. And what happens very next ball? Tom Banton has dived to his right, taking a one-handed catch. He started walking, then he stopped.
I think they're just checking.
I mean, it's a very good grab. Daniel Bell-Drummond sort of realised it and did start sort of traipsing off. But he can maybe stop him in full flow.
He knew he nicked it. I think he's just think it did that carry, you know. And
I think it probably did.
He obviously wasn't looking back.
It's a very good grab from Tom Banton. Nonchalant, really. The casual one-handed, just stick a paw out. I'm sure this is, I think it's going to be given out, but they can check it. It's quite close, is Tom Banton, for the pace of Riley Meredith. Hence he has to suddenly stick that paw out. What a grab that is. There's no foot movement for Belgium.
So casual, Banton there.
Well, there you go, Hunden out.
What a fantastic innings, though. 48 deliveries. He's been destructive pretty much from the off.
Don't know what we're waiting for here. We've seen the replays. It's clear that he's out. Oh, and now he's put his finger up. I'm not quite sure why he waited quite so long. Oh, what an innings. He deserves a standing ovation. Tom Banton, I love this. Tom Banton straight away. Craig Overton's running all the way from long on here to come and shake his hand. Tom Abel as well. What a knock that is. It's funny how some players go, some don't. I mean, you don't have Smith from deep square leg.
Well, might be waiting a while, but that was a serious innings, and his power he showed throughout that. Only 48 deliveries.
Yeah, 49. That's a top knock. And then Sam Billings. I mean, how often does Sam Billings come in with 158 on the board and only 1 wicket down? It's a pretty good position for him, a licence to thrill here. Him and Craig Overton had a bit of beef, shall we say, last season. It'd be interesting if that battle resumed. But he is a mighty fine player with Sam Billings. Daniel Bell-Drummond gets the standing ovation from Somerset fans. They're passionate down here, but they are supportive of very good cricket from the opposition. They're going to
very respectful, great cricket. Sam Billings, it's actually his birthday today. He's 34 today. And he will be wanting some runs as he only had 3 against Surrey. He's got some very bright shoes on.
Yeah, he does like bright. Reminds you, Eddie Byram used to field in orange spikes a few years ago down there. Textbook defence shot. That's a cheeky single to Craig Overton. Oh, he was gone. He was gone with a hit.
Straight from the off.
I just talked about Craig Overton and Sam Billings. And Craig Overton's nearly slid into him and headbutted him. He's dived so far with that throw.
I wouldn't want to be headbutted by Craig Overton.
No, even with a helmet. Look how close he's got. He's thrown his whole body forward. They're both diving head first towards each other. It's like those slip and slides you get at children's parties with like the bleach on the sheets.
You were on those slip and slides more than the children.
Yeah,
though,
we
Harry,
have them at the cricket club.
Yeah.
End of season, or if it's raining.
I bet you love them.
Go and run and slide on the sheets.
Yeah.
Craig Overton and Sam Billings, literally head to head, the very first ball Billings faces. You couldn't write it. Entertainment at Taunton. Keeper Associates County Ground is full here. A sellout on Father's Day. And what a spectacle they've had so far with 2 Kent openers whacking it everywhere. What can Riley Meredith do now? Can he get a second breakthrough?
Full one. Mieye has worked that off his legs. Great piece of fielding there.
Sean Dixon's nearly lost his sunglasses again. But great work. Again, the crowd enjoying that. There's a few bananas. We'll get, maybe between overs, we'll get in on Somerset block 3 with the 7 bananas in pyjamas. They were very appreciative of that bit of fielding. Fancy dress day on a Sunday. Any day of the week can be fancy dress day, can't it?
Well, I think so, yeah.
There we go. Bananas at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there one back right as well? Is that a flag at the top right? It looks like a 7th banana that he's left over from the rest of the gang.
Oh, that's well played, well adjusted.
I mean, ramping Riley Meredith would be pretty tough going. He uppercut him for 6 earlier on. He looked like he was shaping up to scoop him. Last minute adapted, adjusted, and fair play. I said earlier, will they be tiring running 2s here? Mieye is still sprinting. He's knocked his thigh pad back into place. Don't want that to be in the wrong place and get a bruise from Riley Meredith.
No, he's quite a talent. I've been very impressed with him. He was Wisden Cricketer of the Year in 2020. And he just seems to get better and better. He's still very young.
Right, still the 3 back on the leg side. 2 back square on the outside, and he's uppercut it again. This time 4, not 6, but great cricket. If Riley Meredith's going to bowl short, it's going to be hard to pull him for 4. You have to take on the 2 men deep on the leg side for the Somerset stand. But just rapid, uppercut, whatever you want to call it.
The thing is, you've seen it with him there in that over. He was thinking about a scoop, and then he's adjusted so quickly. He picks length so quickly and so well. He adapts and adjusts. We're going to go with Goldsworthy again here.
Who are they going to bowl? Yeah, those Goldsworthy. Again, a brave call. I love how well he's bowled today. He's been absolutely superb. So I think it's good for Lewis Gregory to go with him again, but you wonder at some point is someone going to take down spin here. They haven't so far, so
I think it's worked so far.
yeah.
If you look at the run rate in comparison.
Yeah. My only thinking is I think Billings will play spin better than Miei and Beldrummond. Billings has got the reverse sweeps, he's got the square sweeps that he can beat deep square leg with, he can paddle it, he can get it into funny areas, but he's new to his innings, so he's only faced one ball. Probably a good time to bowl it at him. Ones are fine. Lewis Goldsworthy is more than happy with singles.
Yeah, and he's bowling fairly flat, darting it in.
Only 8 extras, which is, well, 9 extras now. A couple of leg byes, of course. Seems to have had a few no balls in recent times, but
Ooh, skidding on there from Goldsworthy.
that was a bit of a panic, filthy shot from EA, I think. The slog sweep that he was nowhere near. It's going down the leg side. Tom Abel nailed those sweeps here on Thursday night. He just swept and swept. Zafar Gahar, the former Gloucestershire man, was taken down. Tom Abel's sweep clinic, but we've barely seen a sweep shot today. Lewis Goldsworthy. Remember that one boundary through Lewis Gregory, which was a bit of a bobble. Other than that, it's just been the 1s and 2s. There he goes.
The
There's
reverse
reverse.
has come out. It's a little bit straighter than I think he expected to hit that. I think he wanted that squarer, but it was a little bit slower. And it's ended up hitting that straight to cover. Still getting a single though.
What can Miei do?
Flighted delivery compared to what he's been bowling from Goldsworthy. But a nice delivery none the least.
I've got an interesting stat here for you. Daniel Bell-Drummond also has his best List A bowling figures against Somerset.
What were they?
2019 T20 blast. His first T20 wickets, he had 2 for 19. Okay. There you go. Didn't think of him as a bowler. Bowls a medium pace, but
well bowled
really
there by
not really a T20 bowler.
Goldsworthy. They are going to scamper through for a 2.
I mean, you're not going to bowl him in T20 cricket very often. He bowls a bit in county championship. Bowls a bit in 50 over cricket. Nowadays, he doesn't bowl so much. Where's Billings going to go now then? I think he's going to fancy a reverse sweep, you know. It's only a deep cover point. There you go. Goldsworthy saw him go.
Well bowled, very well bowled, very quick to adapt to him. Changing his stance there. He finishes his 4 overs, Lewis Goldsworthy, none for 26. Kent Spitfires now 173 for 1 off 15 overs.
Yeah, brilliant that from Goldsworthy. Just saw Sam Billings going, and as soon as the batter has changed their position, as soon as he's effectively turned himself into a left-hander or moved around on the crease, he gets a little bit of extra leeway in terms of the wide. See that ball, 58.9 miles per hour. Speed gun mixed his pace up well, as will Ben Green, who is going to come back on from the river end. Just a 1 over so far for Ben Green. 0 for 12. Ken going pretty well here. I enjoyed that Daniel Bell-Drummond 100. That really was fantastic.
Yeah.
Quite pleased to see the end of it. Here's Green.
It's very entertaining.
Yeah. Gets inside it. That's a beautiful shot. He's just stood inside that. Flicked it almost off the middle stump. 1 bounce for.
He's so creative with his feet, Miei, and he moves around his crease. But the thing I'm so impressed with him is how quickly he picks up length. Every time.
Speed, the eye speed. Not a bad cricketer. 63 from 37. Fuller bunted down the ground. And will just be 1, I think, to Craig Overton. A little bit of respite for Somerset here. They know they're going to be chasing a big total. They have a little bit of history chasing big totals. They've done it relatively recently. Who knows what a par score is here. They may well even be a little bit above par. But Somerset, what did they chase? 230 odd with an over to spare? Maybe par's 240, Nicole. Who knows?
Yeah, on a ground here as well at Somerset, the boundaries aren't the biggest, but it definitely makes it entertaining and exciting for the crowd. We've got a sellout crowd in here today.
Sam Billings with those yellow shoes on. Just having a look at the yellow, orange shoes. Can't get my colours right. Bit of amber. 5 off the over so far.
They are good shoes.
They are good shoes. He's got that wide of mid-off. I think they'll pick up a couple. Billings is very quick. And it's a brilliant bit of work by Matt Henry down there. Gets rounded across. Sun's all gone. Bit of cloud cover here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Said associates really quickly there, didn't I? Matt Henry just inside the rope. His 343rd T20 innings, Sam Billings. He's batted a fair few times, that lad. Plays around the world, that's gone over, it's going to be a catch. Tom Abel steadies himself, Tom Abel takes that catch. Sam Billings will be furious with himself. It wasn't a great delivery, but that's what Ben Green does. He puts pressure on, he comes on, batters try and hit him out of the ground. He wasn't able to there. Kent have lost their second innings, 108 for 2. Billings has to go for 6.
Billings looking very frustrated with himself. It's not nice when you're batting and you get out to a low full toss, and he will be very disappointed with that. As we said, in his last innings he only got 3 versus Surrey. I'm sure he wanted more than that today, but Somerset will be delighted with another wicket as Kent got off to an absolute flyer. Daniel Bell-Drummond and Mieye.
Well, what's fascinating though is that they almost didn't get off a flyer. They were 15 without loss after 3 overs. That's what makes this so remarkable.
But they went through those next spell so quickly.
Oh, they did go through the years. 165 off what? The next 12.4 overs? That's a decent run rate. I can't do it in my head. It's plenty, Nicole. You wouldn't have fancied that as a bowler,
I'd like to see the chart in a minute.
Here's Ben Green into Harry Finch, who's come out, and he's beaten Lewis Gregory's dive at cover. Will they come back for 2? They will try and come back for 2. Matt Henry had to get around. He does well, but it's still a couple of runs. 30-year-old Harry Finch played a little bit for Sussex, found a home at Kent. Not played an awful lot of T20, just the 27th innings of his career.
19 in his last innings against Surrey.
Oh, he just pushed at that one. Went up in the air, got very safe. Craig Overton will do the fielding. This is good from Ben Green, just a shade under 72 miles an hour. Finishes the over, his second. Yes, it's gone for 10, but in the context of this game, it's actually a decent over. And he's picked up the wicket of Sam Billings. There you are. You wanted the worm, Nicole. There is the worm.
Yeah.
That early start.
Look at how fast, though, it started to go up. Continue. It's starting to taper down a little bit now. As those couple of wickets, and Mieye's not on strike again, which is what Somerset will want. I mean, we were reading earlier, wasn't he, a scholar at Eastbourne College, and his coach there had the bowling machine cranked up to 99 mile an hour, and he was playing every shot in the book, and his coach had to go and get somebody to just clarify that he was actually seeing this for his own eyes.
Didn't believe it, Rob Furley, did he?
What a talent.
Lewis Gregory into the attack.
Lewis Gregory in. And that is a great shot, straight 6, effortless down the ground from Finch. His first boundary of tonight, and that was an effortless straight drive back over Lewis Gregory's head, as Lewis Gregory's smiling now. But I'm sure he'll come back with some response. That one. Oh, and that is a chance. I think we're very unlucky. A great effort as Finch has just got down and scooped that one back the opposite direction.
Big smile on his face. Lewis Gregory is coming. Riley Meredith has stuck a hand
there.
Yeah, he got a little tip on it.
Tip on it.
Would have been a screamer.
It would have been an absolute screamer there.
10 off the first 2 balls of the over. Look at that for Lewis Gregory. 2.2 overs, 0 for 43 so far.
Finch just toying with him straight back over his head and then back in the opposite direction. Gregory's in. Short ball there. Pulled straight to Smead there at mid-wicket.
He's got away with one there. That definitely would have been a wide. It might have even gone over Tom Banton's head. So it's all good. Just a single.
Kent moving on to 194 for 2 now. Mieye 64 from 38 deliveries. It's almost going a little bit under the radar in a way because Daniel Bell-Drummond's 100 or 48 was just so explosive. That's full. Mieye's hit that straight and he's hit and he's got enough, and that's gone flying over the boundary again. A straight 6. Gregory not the over he's wanting. Another brilliant shot.
He's in the slot. Craig Overton takes a lot of catches down there, but it was over him. I think he heard you, Nicole. He heard you say, "Oh, you're just flying under the radar." Well, I'll show them. I'll show them up in the commentary box. 200 up.
I meant not taking anything away from him. Oh, and that is bowled. Yorker from Gregory. And Mieye goes for 70 from 40 deliveries. That is another fantastic innings, you know, 70, 40 balls, and Kent are 200 now for 3. But Mieye, what an innings. Nothing to take away from him and Daniel Bell-Drummond, who really got them kick-started on the up. But Gregory comes better off now after being hit for those boundaries in that over.
Yeah, good comeback. It'll make Lewis Gregory feel a little bit better about life. I think he was out the back of the head. Before that ball then, they had 200 off 100 balls, scoring at 2 runs a ball, despite just being off those first 3 overs. Who have we got here? Is it Jack Leaning? Because they've got a bit of firepower to come as well. Jack Leaning, Tom Rogers, who's primarily in for his bowling, but he smashes it. Grant Stewart hits a long ball, as does Wes Agar. They bat all the way down, Kent. A bit like Somerset. And remember, we said their best ever T20 score, 236 for 3. That is very much under threat here, I reckon.
Leaning first ball here for Gregory. Just worked down the ground here. Overton picking that one up, just going to come through for a single. Kent moving on to 201 for 3 now. Gregory is now 3 overs, 1 for 51.
Sunday, August the 17th.
Yeah. Those explosive boundaries there really didn't do him any favours for his figures, but he did pick up that wicket of Mieye, who was looking very dangerous.
Don't forget, Somerset celebrating the 150th birthday of the club's existence. Why not? Come along to the Cooper Associates County Ground for a bit of Metro Bank One Day Cup action. Somerset versus Warwickshire, Sunday the 17th of August. August is always good fun. Middle of the school holidays, lots of 50-over cricket down here. The club are brilliant at putting on a different theme, a different event for each day, and what better to bring up the 150. Ken brought up the 150 in about the 8th over or something like that today. They've done it pretty quickly. Right, back to pace for over number 18, Riley Meredith. He's got 2 overs, 1 for 32 so far. Craig Overton's still got 1 left. I can't imagine he will leave 1 out there. Meredith potentially has a couple. Here he comes from the river end. Long on, deep mid-wicket, deep square leg. Goes Fuller. Gets that one away, Leaning, who himself is capable of scoring quickly. A rare fumble from Tom Abel out at deep cover. He'll be annoyed at himself. They come back for 2.
That doesn't happen often. He's such a fine fielder, Abel. But Kent did scamper back for that second one.
Leaning and Finch then. 2 relatively new batters, albeit Finch seems to be seeing it quite well. 14 from 5. They've got a platform. One hell of a platform as well, Bell-Drummond and Mieye. Thoroughly enjoyable unless you're out there bowling. Fuller, Yorker, well bowled. Should just be 1 down the ground. Craig Overton, who is always at long on. He almost needs a bike sometimes just to cycle around from one end of the boundary to the other. It would be a little bit club cricket, but I think it'd be a good gimmick. We could get a bike sponsor in, get Craig Overton.
Because he's got such long legs, it wouldn't take as many steps.
Just a couple of paces, is it, for him to walk on? 86.1 miles an hour, that one from Riley Meredith.
I don't have that problem. So.
Not sure I'd fancy riding a bike in front of this many people. I expect I'd fall off.
No.
So much the Eurolay power that speed gun. Meredith's powering up. Bunted back at him.
Good stop.
Yeah, good bit of fielding. This is good from him. Good start to the over. Just 3 from the first 3 balls. Hit hard back at him. Get your hands on the end of that. Always a chance of a finger injury. These cricket balls are pretty hard. 2.5 overs left. Remember, Lewis Gregory winning the toss and saying to Sam Billings, actually, you guys can have a bat. Will it prove a good decision? Will it prove a bad decision? We won't know for another hour and a half or so, but we've certainly had some entertainment. It's up in the air. Oh, it's going to go just wide of Matt Henry.
Well,
he did really well there, didn't he? Because it sort of hung in the air, and he thought, is he going to try and catch that? Is it going to spin away from him? In the end, he just let it bounce, made sure we kept it to 1.
Meredith's going to have to go some, though, to beat his 4 for 46 he had against Middlesex, and then he had 1 for 31 against Gloucestershire. As he's only got 1 for 36 so far. But he has got 1.2 overs left he does bowl all 4.
Yeah, Overton's got one left, Henry's got one left, as does Gregory, and Green's got a couple. 2 balls left, though, of the 18th. Paul, it's gone up in the air. It's into a gap, though. It's a bit of a miss here. It's going to bounce, and trickle over the rope. All going Kent's way at the moment, leaning, doubles his score, moves on to 8 from 4. Kent on to 209 for 3.
That was like a teaser. It didn't look like it was going. He didn't quite get hold of that one, did he? And Craig Overton was running, not cycling, Sam, running.
Not so. If he had a bike, he might have got there, though. That would have been the benefit. I'm not sure what the umpires might have done there. I think Sky cameras might have been employed again to have a little look at that. Here's Meredith, last ball the over. Yorker played into a gap. He has to move to his left. They come back for 2 and they get home pretty safely in the end. Good running. Kent 211 for 3. 18 overs gone here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Jack Leading has 10 of them. Harry Finch 15.
Family Day we've got here, Sunday, August the 10th. And there'll be face painting, petting zoo, virtual cricket, clowns, street food. So do come on down for that. Somerset versus Lancashire. That's the 10th of August.
I think we should have the Harry Everett Challenge as well, that family day. See how many of those things he can get involved in. A bit of juggling, a bit of a clown mascot. What were you petting an armadillo or something a couple of years ago, was it?
You're going to see a change of bowling here. Ben Green's going to come for his 3rd over. Slightly slower ball there. Going to get a couple there out to the mid-wicket cow pocket. Finch moving on to 17. Ben Green just sort of a slower ball, almost attempting a Yorker. It's a low full toss there.
Well, we saw pace off working the game earlier on today. I mean, this has been an absolute masterclass in batting, in particular from Bell Drummond at the top of the order and Mieye. Others have come in. It's a difficult task, right, when you come in after that partnership. 158 for 1 in the 14th over. You've got a licence to go in and
it's giving them the freedom,
have a go.
You know, and they've got that licence, as you say, as Green coming in. Again, he's trying to hit his Yorker. That's hit the same pocket, though, and they are going to come back for 2.
Good bit of work from Will Smead. Potential job for him to do. He did a brilliant job on Friday night. A non-orthodox Will Smead innings, really. Had to be pretty sensible. 51 unbeaten from 45 balls up at Gloucestershire on a tricky pitch. Showed his adaptability. Yes, he can score really quickly. You have to score quickly today, mind you.
Green in there, and again he's hit a Yorker length again. He's bowled so well here. We've seen it from him, what he can do. And his 2022 Blast campaign, he had 21 wickets. Today only 1 so far, 1 for 27. Very strong moustache. Can't imagine you with a moustache, Sam.
No, don't sport a moustache very well.
And again, he's going for the Yorker. Just 1 there. So it's hit straight long on. Finch again striking 20 off 10. Run rate currently 11.63.
It's good from Ben Green.
Yeah, he's bowled fantastic lengths here. He's hit his Yorker almost every ball. The first one's slightly full, but 74.4 mile an hour. Good skill from him.
Just 7 off this penultimate over.
1 ball to finish here, and where is Leaning going to go? He's gone straight, and he's hit clean, and that's a 6. Kent moving to 224 for for 3 after 19 overs. Very clean striking. And as Sam said, they have got that licence. After such a good start, Mieye and Daniel Bell-Drummond, very destructive. Ben Green's got a little bit unlucky there as he did bowl 5 Yorkers. That 6th delivery just going for 6.
Yeah, Riley Meredith's going to finish this off from the river end, 1 for 42 from his 3. The Eurolay speed gun for Ben Green, clocking in at about 74 miles an hour, expected to be cranked up by about 10 for Riley Meredith. We might see a couple of slower balls. 2-2-4 for 3, the best ever for Kent. 2-3-6 for 3. 13 will take them to that. The best against Somerset, 231 for 5 back in 2018. Here's Meredith. Finch on strike, got 21. Oh, well bowled.
Really well bowled.
He saw him, Harry Finch went really early there, and he was just trying to dink it over Tom Kohler-Cadmore, the wicketkeeper Tom Banton, and Meredith followed him. Turned it into a Yorker, which was pretty much on the blue line, but it was beautiful. Almost managed to flick it back onto his own stumps there, Finch. He's been expensive, Meredith, as have most of these Somerset bowlers. 3.1 overs, 1 for 42. Definitely a batter's game. Certainly is today, certainly is here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. That one given us a leg by, in fact. 11.74 that run rate, 5 balls left.
That's why it's Lewis Goldsworthy had bowls so well today, you know, only going at 6.5 and over.
It's gone up in the air. The fielder steadies himself underneath it. And Lewis Gregory takes the catch. Riley Meredith has his 2nd wicket. Jack Leaning has to go 17 from 8 balls. Got to try and force it. No blame on him. And that's over at 220. 225 for 3. For 4 now.
Gregory making that look very easy when it did go fairly high.
Swirling ball. It's not like it's blue skies either. Grey, white skies, floodlights on. It's Gregory. Just very casually. Not a man whose heart rate ever seems to get too high. Very chilled. Brilliant captain. There we go. That's that. Very safely. Bit of frustration from Jack. Punches the back of his bat. Left-hander Tom Rogers, the Australian, largely in for his bowling, but does hit a pretty long ball. 18 off 7 up at the Oval on Friday night. Doing a couple of big ones here. That one's gone up in the air again. Who's going to get underneath that? Craig Overton calls. Craig Overton takes the catch. Riley Meredith is on a hat-trick. 225 for 5. Crucially, it's another dot ball.
Tell you what, I did call this, Sam. I said, can he beat his 4 for 46 against Middlesex? And I think he could be in the shout here.
Respect, 4 slips in. 4 slips in going for the hat-trick ball. No blame on Tom Rogers again. Clever from Meredith, just back of the lane, saying, right, woman, take on my short ball. Come out, first ball, just like, try and hit 85 mile an hour delivery. Just couldn't do it. Craig Overton gets yet another catch. I'm not sure I've ever seen Craig Overton get a catch.
3 for 42, 1 more wicket.
3 balls left, crucially, of this innings. Skipper Gregory. Yeah, I know it's a hat-trick ball, mate, but we'll probably keep the field. I think there been any T20 hat-trick, mini T20 hat-trick to Somerset? H, I'm looking at you. You can think of Alfonso Thomas. Grant Stewart, Italian international.
Dropping back, 3rd man now onto the boundary. Square leg, mid-wicket, and cover out those other boundaries.
Crowd are up for it. Tries to that Yorker. Stewart digs it out. They take just a single down the ground. But crucially, like, T20 is all about momentum. And Somerset have just swung a little bit back in their favour. See that, nearly 88 miles an hour on the Eurolay speed gun.
Yeah, I mean, it was very much going away from them Daniel Bell-Drummond and Mayeye took it away from them quite far in order to drag it back. 5 wickets down now. They've done remarkably well.
We've only had 26 runs since Mayeye got out. Or a bit of a bottom edge, and it'll just be a single again. So this is brilliant from Riley Meredith. Crucially,
change of
gets
pace
Finch
there,
off
I
strike. Yeah, slower ball.
If you see.
Used to be a long hop. These days it's slower ball bouncer. Just free off the last 5 balls.
Big difference in pace there. 69 mile an hour from what was in the late 80s.
.227 for 7 is what Kent made here back in 2015. Again with the partnership Harry was talking about a little bit earlier on, the record first wicket partnership. Last ball of the innings. Kent probably aren't going to get a record score for them. Can they finish with a boundary? They can finish with at least 1. Will they come back to Tom Abel? They never would have got there. I think they were sensible. 228 then for 5. Tom Abel brilliant in the outfield. So Somerset will require 229 for victory. It's been a brilliant effort from Kent. 15 without loss after 3 overs. Scored 213 runs. 17. Daniel Bell-Drummond with his third T20 100 off 49 balls, 12 fours and 4 sixes. 70 for 40, 6 fours and 3 sixes. But Somerset did all right at the end there, Nicole, to pull it back.
Yeah, absolutely. Some really good bowling at the end. Ben Green hitting those Yorkers and he finishing 3 overs, 1 for 35. Lewis Goldsworthy in the middle there, bowled really well, only going at 6.5 and 26 off his 4 overs. Riley Meredith finishing there, 3 for 44. Really well bowled in the end, you know, and using some creative, you know, ideas, varying their pace. Meredith did it really well there. Green hit those Yorkers really well and they stuck to their plans. It was quite a hard situation. Lewis Gregory, obviously a little bit expensive, more than he'd like to have been. 51 for 1 off 3 overs. Just shows how well some of those other bowlers pulled it back for their teammate.
Well, on Thursday night against Middlesex under the lights, Somerset chased 230 for victory. Here they'll be chasing 1 run fewer, 229. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with you in about 10 minutes' time for the chase. In the meantime, log on and get your tickets. Thursday is the new Friday. Somerset versus Hampshire, double header, 19th of June. Women's team start at 2:30, men's team start at 6:30. Both games against Hampshire. Get those before they sell out.
Right, who is ready for some chaos? It is Thatcher's slalom time. We've got 2 teams volunteering as part of this one either side of me. I've got Rich and Rory to my left here, and then Richard and Luke to my right. Now, the contestants have to go up in a relay and back, slaloming in and out of the flags and then back down. Whoever wins a slab of Thatchers. You then go into an extra competition to take a high catch, and then you could win a bucket hat as well. Everybody in the crowd, please get behind the boys. This is a contact sport, so make of that what you will. On your marks, and it looks like it's going to be Richard and Rory up first. Hayes versus Gold. Get set, go! An early lead for Thatcher's Gold. Rory did say to me he's got a back injury at the moment. That doesn't seem to be hampering him. Gold continues to be in the lead, and Rich and Luke will continue to wait. A lovely turn there from Rory, and he makes the dash back very quickly, and Rory sets Rich on his way. Bit of foul play there from Gold, and it's 0 now and Blood Orange that are neck and neck. Rich and Luke. Luke is in Blood Orange. Rich is 0. Rich takes a similar tactic to that of Rory. Rich is in the lead. It's going to be 0 to win. Will it be? Yes. Thatcher's 0 takes the win. Congratulations, Rich and Rory. You have won a slab of Thatcher's Gold, but we are not done just yet. Rory, Rich, if you can come this way, please. You've got to keep your suits on there. Right, you've got a chance each. There's 2 bucket hats up for grabs here. So you have 1 go each. You can take your arms out of the costumes, first of all. It's a great run from both of you. So 0 and Hayes are the winners today. You have a chance each now to catch, to win a bucket hat. Right, it looks as though it is Rory up first. Let's add some suspense to this, please. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Rory to win a bucket hat. Up it goes. My worst nightmare in front of the crowd. Well done, Rory. He is currently playing for Sherborne Cricket Club, so no excuses there. Good arm back. And now, Rich, it's your turn. So Rory will enjoy some Thatchers as well as his bucket hat. Now, Rich in his Thatchers 0. 3, 2, 1. Rich to win a bucket hat as well. It's higher than Rory's. Will he take it? He does. Maximum points, a bucket hat each, and a slab of Thatcher's Gold. Congratulations, Rory and Rich.
welcome back to the field our two umpires, Mike Burns and Mark Newell. Please welcome to the field, led out by their captain Sam Billings, the Kent Spitfires. And walking out to your chosen tune of Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Cooper Associates County Ground. Kent are in the field, and they have set Somerset, the home team, 228 to win. Going on form should be a walk in the park, Sam Darling, but
Pass score.
you think there's a pass score?
I think it's above par, isn't it? What's par?
I think it's a par score with VAT. Labour style VAT.
Stack on top, yeah, I like that. Okay. Good price quoted. Didn't get that extra 20%. Well, look, 5 from 5 Somerset. They'll back themselves to chase anything. They always do. That's why when Lewis Gregory wins the toss, he says we'll stick you in and we'll chase whatever you want. They'd have hoped for less, right? That goes without saying, even though I have said it.
Well, I think what's been great about the Somerset performances is there has been contributions by many. Banton's probably due. Smead was awesome the other week. You've had hints of Kohler Cadmore. Great knocks by Dixon. Abel's probably due a few. So, yeah, there's plenty of guys that are capable of putting a special score. But massive shout out to Bell Drummond. That was a magnificent century in the first innings.
Grant Stewart starts us off from the river end. Single for Banton. I like that. Hints of Kohler Cadmore. Sounds like something you'd read on a wine label. Western Supermare Brew.
you describing him as a flavour?
Wow. It's just what your words remind me of.
If he was a flavour, it'd be musky, wouldn't it?
Oh,
I
yeah.
reckon. He looks quite a musky sort of character. Especially with that new barnet he's got.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of hair.
Grant Stewart opening the bowling from the river end. Big, strong, strapping lad bowling to Will Smead, who loves it bashed into the pitch. Especially when it's into that sort of thigh pad area. Look out if you're in the flats on the leg side.
He's a boxer, isn't he? Just jabs, forearm jabs, Will Smead. Deep square leg is a definite field position for him. But it was a very uncharacteristic 50 for him last night at Bristol. He played the situation really well.
Yeah, just evolving, learning, maturing as a batter, realising that the game often asks multiple questions of you from time to time. You can't always just play in the way that you want to play. Sometimes your team requires you to do other things, and it's great to see young batters evolve and expand their games that tick many more boxes than maybe when they first started. So good signs. Quick single taken there to
Freddie Klassen at
the
the
big left armour.
The evolution of Will Smead. I think I'd watch that on iPlay. Steady start for Somerset. Kent had a steady start. Didn't get off to a flyer, just made sure he didn't lose any wickets. Had a little look.
Yeah, it was quite sedate, those first 4 overs, and then the platform was set and the fireworks began. Nice hard length delivery there by Grant Stewart. Very in the Overton, Henry mould, really. Big, strong shoulders, slams it into back of a length, quite metronomic in terms of his accuracy. Again, that blueprint, 2 to 4 overs being positive but watchful, and then if you're none down, you can really start to turn it on as Sam Billings just fumbles that one down the leg side. I think just leg buys off of the thigh pad of Tom Banton. Not Newell agreeing, and that's the end of the first over. It's a good one from a Kent perspective, just 3 from it.
Sedate start. Ideal for Kent. Grant Stewart. Around 78, 79, 80 miles an hour consistent from him. That Eurolay speed gun suggesting he didn't change the pace up. Just did what Craig Overton does and bowls heavy ball top of off stump.
Yeah, the old
transferable skills.
The old cheesy speed gun Eurolay. They're masters of all that sort of delicatessen type dairy product, aren't they? You remember they brought in a tester slab for us. Unfortunately, I normally have a bit of an allergic reaction to cheese, so I had to I had to let that one slide down the leg side, but all looked very nice. Freddie Klassen from the Trescothic stand, then bowling to Tom Banton.
Pushes that out towards backward point. They don't get a run. Good start from Klassen. Big tall lad, Dutch international. That change of angle. Left arm, very much a white ball bowler.
Looked very gentle, that first delivery. Looked like it offered to swing back into towards the right-hander, but doesn't seem to be a great deal of pace on show. One of his main attributes is he's half giraffe. He's about 6'7". Yeah, big fella.
Single into the leg side mid-wicket. Hanging back deep as they come through. That one a little bit faster on that speed gun. 75 miles an hour.
Klassen. Is that Dutch, as in
Dutch
born in
international.
Rotterdam, or are we talking South African? That generally is the norm for...
Raised in New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
Born in Hayward Heath, Sussex.
Oh,
so
wow.
none of the above. Oh, that's a brilliant strike from Will Smead. First boundary of the Somerset innings. Just opened up. Gave himself a little bit of room. So that was full of ball from Klassen. Whistled away to the boundary. Milliseconds between that ball smashing into Will Smead's bat, flying over the boundary. Would you have been eligible for anyone? Could you play international cricket for Holland or Grant Stewart's Italy, isn't he? I think Jade Dernbach played a bit over there. Pulled up in the air. It's gone over the fielder, Grant Stewart. A short fine leg, back-to-back boundaries for Will Smead.
Yeah, nice shot there. Poor delivery from Klassen. Gambling on a bouncer, but probably doesn't have the field set for it without that fine leg, and nice little boost of runs there for Somerset. No, I don't think so. No. Sam, no. I'm pretty English.
Oh, gets through the fielder there at backward point. Slight misfield.
Yeah, so looking at the old skin tone, and I think some long way back heritage, I think there's a little bit of Jippo blood in me. Spanish, I think.
Okay. Played a bit of England Lions. Played for England in Singapore sixes, didn't you? Hong Kong sixes.
Yeah, I was a veteran of that competition. The Booby Prize gifted by the ECB for those not making the full team. And Banton plays a beauty of a shot, and it's dropped by Nate Gilchrist, former Somerset player. He just handed his mate a little life and a favour.
Single to end the over. A lovely little sound effect as well, just to make the fielder feel a little bit worse about life. He's got a couple to go if he's going to catch up with Laius Deploy. I think he's got 3 catches on Thursday night.
Yeah, that was one of the most howling performances I think I've ever watched on or off the field. First ball Norton dropped 3 very, very important catches.
I think he's a very good white ball
and
cricketer.
he's a stunning player as well. Yeah, it's just one of those days where you need to be sent at a shovel.
Grant Stewart continuing. (14) without loss. Somerset chasing 229 to win. They chased 230 on Thursday night. Well, Lightning strike twice. Floodlights are on. Bit of cloud cover. It's a greyish evening this Father's Day Sunday. Double header. Somerset make it 6 from 6. Tom Banton has given himself some room. He's walked down the pitch towards Grant Stewart. He smashed the first 6 of the innings.
New balls, please. Thus hit the tarmac. Bounced over the wall. And that's in the bow of someone's canoe in the tone.
We're talking Canoe Club.
The Canoe Club. They always get a emergency siren warning on their Nokia 3210s when there's a T20 match. Expect incoming missiles.
Seen Harry off there before. I wondered if it was the kind of club he would join. Seemed his kind of thing. He'd just be there in his canoe collecting those white balls for his
He strikes me as a canoe type.
He'd be good. Bit of paddleboard or something like that.
Abseiler.
Oh yeah. I think he's a rock climber.
Rambler.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he strikes me more of a descender. I don't think he's an ascender.
Okay. Just having to get back to another ball for that one. It's gone through the gap. Harry Everett is being sent round as we speak.
Just like one of those crane flies that gets stuck in your window and he just sort of like drops down the window. That's a bit of Harry.
Okay.
Built the same, similar girthy legs.
Slender man, Harry.
Grant Stewart looking to strike back here. Somerset off to a nice start here. Banton opening his shoulders. Flat batted that to Freddie Klassen. Doesn't quite get it through, but certainly looking to be positive.
Got to be positive when you're chasing 230, mind.
Yeah, there's not much time to play yourself in, but again, these lads will have full confidence in this surface. And good memories of chasing many decent totals. Excuse me.
Giving us a wide. Tom Banton left it alone. This goes for a little wonder. All about slashing at it outside that blue line. Go again. Billings and Beldrum. And Billings is always one of the busiest skippers on the circuit. And Beldrum and senior players having a bit of a chat about fields they might set. Oh, he can't set a field to that though. Flicked up and over by Banton. Too straight to him. Fine leg up in the circle. Wouldn't have mattered. He's back on the edge of the boundary there. 6 more to Banton. Somerset starting to get going. 2 sixes in the over. Chase is on.
Yeah, very hard to bowl that Tom Banton. He's certainly got that 360 game. Started off in great form. Would have taken a lot of confidence from his brilliant performance against the West Indies in an England shirt. Another one. Boom. Not quite all the way into the tone, but right into that top tier of the Botham stand end. No rudder damage, but maybe a little bit damage to those plastic seats up there. Stay with me, Sam.
I'm with you, Pete.
Roll with the punches.
I am with you. I'm rolling, and Grant Stewart is rolling because he's overstepped there. It's a no ball.
Oh,
again.
no.
It's a free hit.
What are you doing, lad? Last thing you want is free hits here at Taunton. Is this a nice little catalyst for the Somerset innings? Already on 35. And certainly up with the rate required. He goes again. Will it be all the way? No, one bounce. Nearly fielded by Somerset cameraman Harry Trump. He was a bit too casual with that Harry on the boundary. He slipped through the fingers. But another 4 for Tom Banton.
25 off the over so far. Still a ball left. A tad expensive. The over that gets Somerset going.
Will he go again? 1 ball left. Wouldn't surprise me if another big shot's played here. Makes a bit of room for himself and a good comeback from Stewart, but a great over. The Somerset pair, Banton 25, Smead 10, Somerset 39 without loss after 3 overs.
Just the over they need. Just the over Kent didn't need as well. So often you see a bowler just bowling 1 over at the top. Well, Grant Stewart was kept on by his skipper. And you can see just 3, just 2 off the bat. The first over, the second one a little bit more costly. 25 coming. Thank you very much as ever to VERTU Motors. Sponsors Associates Canning Grounds for the VERTU Motors vehicle, bringing the match ball onto the pitch a little bit earlier on. You were eyeing up a car down there in the car park a little bit earlier. We do have a change of bowling. Tom Rogers.
Very similar looking sort of bowler to Grant Stewart. Right arm, strong lad, bowling hard into the pitch. Smead just getting the main man of the moment on strike. Identifying that Tom Banton's on a bit of a heater. He's got the bit between his teeth, and best place to work in that partnership is up the other end. Good stuff by the Somerset pair so far.
Yeah, one of the 2 Aussies in this Kent side. Where's Agar being the other? Rogers came over, played a few games in the Blast last year, signed for the whole summer this time around. He's Big Bash cricket for Melbourne Renegades. Maybe someone Adam Hollyoak knows quite well. Much of the second part of his life living over there in Australia.
Banton just having a look, probably hasn't faced Rogers before. In the middle 80s, so a decent amount of pace.
Kent, like Somerset, gone with a couple of bowlers of their overseas play. I mean, that was their problem last year. They just kept losing bowlers to injury. They couldn't keep anyone fit. Plenty of batting in their T20 side, so no real surprise to see them pick up a couple of overseas bowlers.
Oh, shot down the ground and over mid-off. Beautiful use of the feet. Spotted that slower ball early and played with beautiful technique over mid-off for 4.
Seeing the very best of Tom Banton so far. Only batted once, didn't he, in that international, so did not. He's done his confidence a world of good to be back there in that squad. Feels like a bit of a refresh as well. The right time to be in that team under Harry Brook, building towards future tournaments. Tom Banton, at the peak of his powers.
Certainly showing that he's full of confidence there, going for the, not quite sure how to describe that. It was going to be a ramp, but it ended up being a bouncer, so it was a jumping ramp. Not really quite sure what that was, but obviously feeling very confident if he's willing to play shots like that. Nice piece of bowling from Rogers.
Drilled that so hard he's not going to get a run because it's gone straight to Freddie Klassen at mid-off, who almost wears one on the knee there.
It's a beautiful shot that from Banton. Certainly sounds like he's got a seriously good bit of willow in his hand. That was absolutely out of the screws. Yard either side of Klassen, that was 4. 1 ball left in this over. Somerset on 44.
Yeah, good comeback. Kent needed this. Expensive last over from Grant Stewart.
Loose deliveries, got away with it, and nice piece of fielding there by Stewart down at fine leg. Keeps that to a single. Banton retains the strike. Somerset 45 without loss after 4 overs. So good start to the power play, and exactly in that same position Kent were. 4 overs gone, no wickets. A great launch pad now to really attack this last 2 overs of the power play.
There we go. You see the 2 worms. So Somerset ahead of the game at this stage. We did have that sedate start. It was the opening partnership for Kent. Yeah, Daniel Bell Drummond was 158. Some way to go, but these two have made a decent start. 45 without loss after 4. We got here. This is where's Agar into the attack.
That's 4 runs. It's always one thing that slightly bugged me when it happened. So Wes Agar's wearing white sleeves, which you're actually not allowed to do, but if the batter requests that you change them,
right,
the umpire would go with the batter, because you're supposed to have like dark colours, obviously, to match the kit. But obviously, if you imagine the arms going over so quick, a white ball, it can sometimes get lost in the white sleeves.
Generous from Tom Banton.
Yeah, I'd probably be that bloke and say, "Oi, Wes, excuse me, mate."
Doesn't look like he needs to at the moment. He's seen the ball pretty well, mind you. Tom Banton flicks that one all the way over the leg side boundary. 10 off the first 2 balls. He's saying, "Oi, Wes," but I don't think he needs to change those armbands.
Brings up the 50 partnership between Tom Banton and Will Smead. Somerset 55
50 up,
without
50
loss.
partnership, 4.2 overs, 53 without loss. Did you ever do that to anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever done to you at any point, or were you always within regulations?
Tattoos, mate, isn't it? Oh, another 6, flat. About 8 foot all the way. Keep your bandages on, son. Keep serving up those arm volleys. Banton's on fire.
He does seem to be batting pretty well here, Tom Banton. He's scoring runs all the way around the wicket. It's so difficult to bowl at. He can hit the ball down the ground, he can play off his legs, he can play those little scoops. Proper 360 player.
Oh, he's gone for the bouncer. Glove on it. Thank you very much. More runs to Tom Banton, and that's Banton's 50 in double quick time. 22 deliveries. Somerset are flying along here. Not what you want from your experienced overseas player. He's bowling what looks like quite an emotional over now. He's already gone for 20 off just 4 balls. And Somerset will be looking to cash in off the next 2.
An emotional over. 18 minutes it's taken him to score that 50. It takes you and I that long to get up the stairs, Treeks. 18 minutes, 50. 4 4s, 5 6s.
Oh, more runs, but just the single this time.
Strike rate of 227 for that half century. It means the run rate required is only just above 10 and over. They pushed it down. What a start.
I reckon he'd bowl a yard quicker with that than bandages on.
21 off the over. The bandages are weighing him down. Last ball of the 5th. Then we're going to have a double swap in the com box.
Yes, Speedy! There we go! Half volley, leg stump. Thank you very much. Picking out the stingers.
Oh, into the flats. Wow. Lovely stuff. That is Will Smeed in a nutshell. Treves and I are going to step out. Nicole and Harry Everett are going to come in.
It is the new Friday here at Somerset County Cricket Club. We had a game last Thursday.
Tom Banton is on fire here at Somerset this evening. Very destructive he is, and we saw it with Daniel Bell-Drummond and Mieye. They were destructive, but Tom Banton is on one here for Somerset.
He's on one indeed, isn't he? 50 off 22, 18 minutes. Well, Daniel Bell-Drummond, that 100 off 49 balls. Well, not far off the same rate. Could it happen? Nathan Gilchrist is going to feel pretty silly. Layers deploy twice on Thursday night, dropped it at deep mid-wicket. Tom Banton today dropped it deep mid-wicket. Same place, same ground. That was pretty pivotal. Sean Dixon went on to get Somerset over the line. Well, the PE teacher from Australia, what can he do? Rogers back into the attack. Pulled just for 1 by Tom Banton. 2 Australians, Rogers, Agar. Although we were looking at Fred Clarson, who's technically Dutch, but he has played cricket in quite a lot of different countries. His family moved him around the globe quite a bit as a kid.
Born in Sussex, his qualifies to play for Holland because of his grandfather. So yeah, an interesting one there.
Lived in Australia a bit, lived in New Zealand a bit, been around a bit. But Fred Clarson, left arm up.
Smeed, just 23 years old. He had a great innings there at Gloucester. 51 not out. So that one's just worked into mid-wicket. And he will get a single there.
Yeah, he played a different kind of innings up at Gloucestershire, didn't he? Up at Bristol on Friday night. Dug in, actually. Again, he was dropped. Darcy Short bowled really well at him. Turned it both ways. Smeed struggled against Short, but got through that tricky spell in the middle overs. Got Somerset over the line in the end.
Yeah, he's always been exciting though, hasn't he? Wasn't it his second professional game where he had 82 or 49?
Yeah, that was here.
In the Blast in 2020.
Yeah, I remember that.
So he's always been exciting. It's in, it's short, and that's gone up high. Can they get under it? It's going away from him, and that, very hard chance there.
Yeah, Wes Agar's had a tricky time, and he's just been whacked around. 27 off 1 over, and now he's dropped a catch. The Colin Axon Pavilion, the posh seats in the Somerset stands.
It didn't quite make the ground, did he? It kept going away from him. It was a very hard chance, and it went high, but that one has gone down, and could be quite costly.
It was very hard.
It was
he got there. Matt Henry had a similar one down in front of us in the first innings.
In and Banton, innovative as ever, as he scoops that one in front of the Colin Atkinson Pavilion. And you can hear the crowd here getting behind Somerset, really enjoying this evening. It's been a brilliant day of cricket here. Sellout crowd. See lots of children, lots of people holding up their 4 signs out in the crowd here. Banton moving on to 58 from just 26 deliveries. Somerset 80 for naught now. Rogers in here. Yorker, great reply there. Billings just throwing it direct hit at the stumps. Banton thought about having a run after that, but he said no. Smead said no, not now. Very entertaining here at Somerset this evening, Harry.
Yeah, I just feel like Kent have got to do something different here. Do they give Jack leaning in over? You think Stewart, Class and Rogers Agar, they're going around the park here. They've got to change up. Lewis Goldsworthy bowled the first over outside the power play, remember? So I wonder if they will do that next over. This is the last ball of the power play coming up. Do Kent go to spin first over outside the power play?
Gone for a Yorker there, but just slightly missed out, and well played by Banton as he takes that one off his legs. Just for a single. Somerset moving on to 81 for naught now. Yeah, it's a good question. I think, you know, will they think about changing that attack and just thinking, do we go to the likes of a spinner? We saw Lewis Goldsworthy bowl pretty well in that first innings, considering the situation where he came on. Kent very much on top, and he's only going at 6.5 when really the run rate was around 12s. Could that be the option?
Number 17, Nathan Gilchrist.
So Nathan Gilchrist is going to bowl his first over from the River End. This will be the 5th seam option Kent have used so far this afternoon. Nathan Gilchrist, who dropped that dolly, it probably was, to be fair. Tom Banton at professional level, that's an easy catch.
Was it a dolly for you, Harry?
Yeah, I backed myself to catch that, yeah.
Good.
It's straight in, there's no excuses there. Nathan Gilchrist, what can he do from the River End into his old teammate Tom Banton? He's gone a long way across there. Got away with it at dot ball.
Certainly got height.
Yeah, got those wickets in September, the September County Championship game against Somerset at Canterbury. Bowled really well. He's had a few injuries over the last couple of years. You can see deep third come up into the ring. That's Grant Stewart. You can see a deep mid wicket go back. Tom Banton, recently of England, of course. He smashed that all the way for 6. It's nearly gone into the Petrigo box above the Lord Ian Botham stand. I think it's another drop in the crowd.
That's a stand and deliver shot, isn't it? And Tom Banton has put everything into that. The timing was impeccable, hand speed. Such a fantastic shot, straight down the ground.
So Tom Banton playing for England back at 5, back opening for Somerset. Played at Bristol last Sunday, then at Bristol on Friday.
That's
very
a
different
classy
wickets.
shot, very classy shot. You've seen two different, completely different styles of play there. One very destructive, powerful shot straight down the ground, and that quite a delicate, well-watched, timed so lately, late cut there. Somerset moving on to 89 now.
Yeah, I think Tom Banton bats much better on better wickets. The England wicket at Bristol on Sunday was a lot better than the Friday night, sort of slower T20 wicket that Smead dug in well on here. He's hit that straight to the man, deep behind square, so you're going to get 1 for it. But he's pinging most of these balls towards the boundary. Kent are already trying to slow the run rate. How can they do it? Well, they're thinking, can they rough the ball up? Sam Billings just rolled that through the marks at the non-striker's end. Trying to get the ball soft. Tom Banton wants some new gloves. Jack Leach is on 12th his duty. He'll probably come out. He played for Taunton Dean last Saturday. Good to see Jack Leach back in club cricket. We'll have to play against him in a couple of weeks. So Somerset are ahead of the Duckworth Lewis par, but remember the first innings of this match, 158 for none were Kent. The two openers getting 70 and 100, so still slightly behind that, but the run rate is even more impressive from Somerset. 13.3 at the moment. They only require 10.5. It's not quite the 230 the Somerset chased down against Middlesex. Only 228 today. What's par at Taunton these days? You never know, do you? It's got to be over 200.
That's the thing. It's so you're looking probably 210.
Yeah, Surrey were miles off, weren't they?
Yeah.
First game here. Even with Jason Moore whacking everywhere. He's gone really big, is he there? Tom Banton, he's gone. Tom Banton has played a brilliant knock. He got to 68 off 32 balls, and he's fallen LBW to the first over. Nathan Gilchrist, the former Somerset man, back against his teammates, getting his former teammate Tom Banton. That is a crucial wicket. England's number 5 in T20 cricket. Opens for Somerset, but now he's going to let Tom Cadmore charge out to the middle, sprinting out, ready to unleash further mayhem.
Serious sprint out there.
I've never seen Tom Cadmore move so quickly. Doesn't do that when he's fielding that quickly.
Saw those bright neon shoes he's got matching his
Are they matching
shirt.
today? He used to wear odd ones, didn't he? One orange, one blue. Yeah, they are matching today.
Great innings there from Tom Banton, very destructive and brings such an energy out there to when he's batting. The person at the other end almost has such a belief in themselves because the things he does just finds a way. So creative.
So Tom Cadmore got out to Darcy Short on Friday night and he was absolutely fuming. He didn't pick the wrong one. You could tell when he was going off, he was whacking his bat, he was talking to himself, really, really angry. Now, Kent have just bowled seam so far, so he's probably not going to have the same problem here. He loves whacking seamers around this particular ground.
Slower ball there. A little misfield at extra cover. They're going to get through for what is now an easy single.
Yeah, starting with a slower ball. First ball of his spell from Joey Everson. Interesting tactic. So we've now seen 6 seamers.
Yeah, so he's come in this game. He was one of the changes, Joey Everson.
Yeah.
First up, that slower ball.
Yeah, for Joe Denley, he got injured at the Oval. The other change was Clarkson in for Parkinson, so no spin. Well, leanings, part-time off-feeds could be used.
First ball to Cadmore, and that one's just hit through the covers. An easy single for him to come through.
I was intrigued to see that Joey Everson didn't bat. After the great partnership of Mouillet and Daniel Bell-Drummond, I expected him to go Billings at 3 and then just put in Grant Stewart at 4. With 3 or 4 overs to go, I thought Stewart's long-hander would have been more appropriate, but they gave Finch and Leaning a go.
Oh, short. Not a great delivery there. But he has got away with it. He's only going to get a couple.
Yeah, slower ball into the pitch again from Everson.
Good piece of fielding there from Daniel Bell-Drummond as he comes around and stops that from being a 4. I think Cadmore's going to want some runs to his name. He scored 25 against Gloucester and 21 against Middlesex. He will want to go on today.
That's another sort of cloth, isn't it, to the offside. But when they're bowling slower balls, it's quite hard to middle it.
Thing is, that was out of the back of the hand, I think, a slower ball there. And it's difficult. You're almost setting for it, but even then, just got to keep wait. Smeed was a little bit early on that one.
But at this stage, do you actually just set yourself for the slower ball? Because that's pretty much all he's bowled so far.
Cadmore making that one look easy as he drives that one straight down the ground to long on. It's a good over, though, from him so far. Everson only going for 5 at the moment from 4 deliveries. Really slowing down that run rate. Gone for a Yorker there. Mouillet cutting that one off. Just going to have a single. Great piece of fielding with a quick release there out at the cover boundary. And that is the over bowled. Everson finishing his first over, just 7 off that.
Yeah, 27 off Wes Agar's first over, just 7 off Joey Everson's. Partly that's because Banton's out. Banton was going so well. Smeed's just going to drop anchor slightly while TKC gets himself in, and also it's not the power play anymore.
Also, he's just taken pace off there a lot.
Yeah, probably well.
Throughout that over, and he also tried to hit his Yorker there at the end. Finished quite well.
So Billings is just sending Gilchrist out to deep square leg.
Bowling from the river end, number 18, Fred Klaassen.
The big Dutchman, Fred Klaassen, is going to come back on from the river end. He opened the bowling alongside Grant Stewart. Mid-on is up in the ring, interestingly. Can Smeed get one that way? He likes hitting it there, he slapped it straight extra cover. Now, I'd mentioned earlier on comms in the first innings, Lewis Gregory was in at catching extra cover. There, Kent have gone for the sort of on the edge of the ring, Joey Everson at extra cover. Probably saved him 4 on that occasion.
Well, the thing is it's a catch-22, isn't it? Because I think what Gregory was trying to do was cut off those singles in the ring. He was cutting that angle on the crease line.
Left arm over again with that big hop, and Smeed has gone up in the air. There's a deep backward point, Daniel Bell-Drummond, easy catch. Deep backward point, almost a short, it was a wide third really. Easy catch, Bell-Drummond. It's gone high in the air, and suddenly Somerset have lost both openers.
Yeah, I mean, I think Smead's tried to get that finer than he's hit it. And he's gone there for 24. Real shame for Somerset, and now 98 for 2. They seem to be flying away, and that momentum has just changed now. And that just shows cricket, you know, the ebbs and flows. It happens so quickly, the changes happen so quickly. Only takes a couple of wickets, a couple of boundaries, and before you know it, that pendulum has moved and swayed to the other team, changing the momentum.
Sam Billings, it's like a traffic controller. It's like an airport with his arms everywhere. You there, me, yeah, but mid-wicket. Fine leg, off you go. Where's Agar? Get out wider, deep fine leg.
Tom Abel coming out, 31 years old, product of Taunton School.
Of course, Billings knows Abel inside out.
Only 2 against Gloucestershire, so he is going to be wanting some runs here today,
Well,
isn't he?
yeah, he did get out sweeping on Thursday night as well, but he did nail a few beforehand. That is such a Tom Abel shot.
Great
Probably should have
piece
been a
of
1.
fielding, though.
I think there should be a 1 there. Tom Campbell said no. Abel's run halfway down, paused, and then halfway back easily. I think Campbell could have committed to the diving stop.
Grant Stewart with a tidy piece of fielding there at backward point.
Yeah, he's always
diving to his left.
He's always going to struggle to throw that in to get the run out there, isn't he? He's done well to stop it, but I think in T20 cricket he's just got to take the single. Abel's quick. Tom Campbell not quite as quick. Happy to edge that down to Bell-Drummond for 1, slightly finer than where he was for that Smead catch.
To see Billings telling Bell-Drummond, throw that into the floor, but he'd already released that one.
It was a good throw, but he wants to roughen it, well, soften it up basically, doesn't he? Get the ball softer so it doesn't go quite as hard to the boundary. Every ball Billings' hands, you've got to look at him. If you're a Kent player, you have to be looking at the wicketkeeper and captain.
Takes a remarkable amount of concentration. Keeper, captain.
Yeah. Scuffed pull shot from Tom Campbell. Not got going yet. A couple of massive sixes at home the other night. Coming through the first 6 in the Somerset T20 shirt that day as well.
It's 100 up for Somerset there. 100 for 2 after 8.5 overs. Be interesting in a minute to have a look at that run chase chart.
The worm.
The wiggly worm.
I like a deliberate edge from Tom Abel. Rotate the strike. Get it down there. Keep ticking it over.
See, that run rate has dropped now. The required run rate is 11.64.
Steve Cash running along with his T-shirt chuckers. The scatter blast. They used to have a sort of gun device that fired and they now just launch them. So if you ever watch AFL, the way they start the game of an AFL, the referee or umpire, everyone just chucks the ball in the air. Once you hear, they just chuck the T-shirts in the crowd now.
There we go.
Jerry Everton's going to continue from the Triscothic Pavilion end. Got a pretty tidy first over of slow balls, and there's your worm.
There we go. We can see that worm. Somerset got off to that flyer in comparison to Kent, and it's now just tapered down. Everson in there, straight drive from Abel, glorious shot.
You can get a 1 in so many different ways, can't you? He's edged 2 to third, and then played a delightful straight drive, all same result. There's Sean Dixon, the man of the moment from Thursday night. He's in next. He was in before the end of the power play on Thursday night. Still in at 5 today.
Everson in slower ball outside the off stump. Cole Cadmore really having to wait for that as he drives that one through the covers.
Just below the run rate required now, Somerset, but they won't worry. Wickets in hand. You know that Gregory can go ballistic in the last 5. Or these two if they're still there. Sean Dixon, of course. Ben Green's done quite well at the end of the innings, the last couple of games.
Good length there from Everson. And only a single again.
Somerset barely had to use Craig Overton or Lewis Goldsworthy. I think how deep they bat. Meredith hit his first ball for 6 a couple of times in the blast last year. Henry's not a bad 9 or 10. He bats so deep.
I mean, so did Kent, really.
Well, yeah.
Everson in there has missed his Yorker, and it is a low full toss, but it's only gone out too long off for a single.
I reckon the low full tosses are quite hard to hit, aren't they? Trying
Well,
to get
that's it.
underneath
I
them.
mean, there was a wicket
Dangerous
here.
ball. Yeah, Griff caught on
You know.
the boundary in the ladies' game, didn't she?
Yep, and how often do you see it? Sam Billings got out, low full toss. Just miscuing it.
Caught Abel, Bob Green was brilliant.
Everson, though, bowling fairly well. Slower balls, Yorkers. Is really slowing down the run rate. He's only gone for 12 off 1.5 overs here.
Yeah, cracking bit of middle overs bowling.
Going for a Yorker there. Just going to get a single to extra cover. Somerset now 107 for 2 after 10 overs. Colour Cadmore on 6, Abel on 5.
Well,
Gonna
thanks,
leave
Nicole.
you.
Peter, you're going to come back to join me for the next 5 overs or so. It's sing-along time in Taunton. The kids are loving it. Sunday afternoon. Oh, the dancing around. The win predictor, the Trade Nation. What's our thoughts here? 77% Kent. Oh, interesting. Don't think it's quite that high. I think Somerset's still well in this. Plenty of time. Wickets in hand. No other bat here. No other chase. Somerset chase for fun. So Nathan Gilchrist, former Somerset man, of course, having dropped Tom Banton. Got back though. Did get Tom Banton LBW. He's back into the attack.
Yeah, not a bad start to the chase, in fairness. Kind of there or thereabouts. It's going to be an exciting last 10 overs here, as it often is here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Someone just taking responsibility and getting a 60 or 70 should be enough to take Somerset home. The job for the Kent bowling attack is to take wickets just... Oh, that's a great... Oh, that's
Oh, it's
nasty.
hurting. Oh, it might... Oh, it's not going to go for 4, but he's in a lot of pain. I think it's to Andamie. They should run 2 here, really. Tom Abel's so sporting, so polite. Is it a dead
They're
ball?
going to run a couple there.
No, they haven't even run.
That looked nasty. That sort of bounced up in front of him, straight in the old roast beef. Didn't look very nice.
Now, what's interesting here is Tom Abel stopped running. It didn't go for 4. I think it's just a sportsmanship thing here.
Yeah, I think they've run 2. But yeah, he looks like he's taken a blow to the face there.
It's the furthest part of the ground for the physio to get out to as well. He just slipped, didn't he?
It's like there's a little bit of claret.
Not nice, that is the text I get from the stands as soon as that happens. Yeah, that did not look good. Fair play. He's up. About, you can see him moving. He's, yeah, not as much claret as I feared there might be. Well, ball on the line, they say. He saved 4.
Yeah, it's hard, that cricket ball, unfortunately, when it bounces up. That's probably the worst case scenario. You run in with the intent to catch it and it just sort of gets you on the half volley. But he's taken it like an absolute champion.
Fair play to him.
And he might even be staying out there, which would be a top effort from the young man. Hard as nails. Good lad.
There you go.
He's taken a nasty knock there and getting plenty of respect from the Somerset crowd.
I mean, Somerset crowd can be pretty vicious on a Friday night.
They get enough war wounds in that stand the best of times, so I'm sure they can sympathise with him. But
no, he's taken that well.
Very well done there.
He's not put a gum shield in for the rest of his fielding either. Keep going as is.
Might have to book himself an early flight to Turkey tomorrow, get them Tenerife sorted out.
Long off's gone back. Gilchrist over the wicket. Tom Cadmore. That could be a catch to cover. No. Deep cover's going to run behind square. Ooh, are his feet on the rope when he stopped that. There's a few little bits of some noises from the family stand. Very polite then on alcohol stand. But are they happy with that bit of fielding? Let's have a look here. He's touched the ball here, legs. I think that's 4. That's 4 for me, Pete. With my naked eye, it was 4. The replay confirms it.
Oh, he's copping a bit from the crowd at the other side. You've got one hero in a Kent shirt on one side and a villain. It's like a pantomime here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. 111 for 2.
One's in front of the people who drink and one's in front of the people who don't drink. Does that make a difference? I think when you... Oh, they're going to check it on Sky. Remember, they got the Sky cameras here.
Yeah, they've got those...
We're ahead of it.
They've got those less accurate, slightly poorer quality cameras from Sky as opposed to the ones we use here at Somerset County Cricket Club. It's been given a 4.
We told you that 5 minutes ago. What's the delay? Sky's just catching up. That's going to be 4 as well. It's ugly. It's a bit of a hack, but Somerset will take it.
That's a big mow from Kola Cadmore, but he's been due a score. He's had some bright starts. Could this be the day where we get something a little bit more sizable?
Now back to that bit of fielding. I think in modern cricket, the fielding is so good, but the umpires are too generous. I think as soon as they see someone dive and do a flick back, in county championship cricket, when they don't stop for replays, they tend to always give the fielder the benefit of the doubt. I think they do get away with some.
Well, it's supposedly the gentleman's game.
Yeah,
full of integrity, but I actually think the higher up in cricket you go, the better that is.
Yeah, okay.
From my 30 years of playing
Like
the
Matt
game.
Henry giving it his 4 over there early on.
Yeah, I think
his own fielding. I thought that was a good touch. He knows the camera's
overly
here.
competitive club cricket is where I think those sort of things happen more often than not. Oh, he's gone in short. Thank you very much. Tom Abel doesn't miss out on that, and every Somerset batter's getting in on the party here. Runs are flowing.
Yeah.
It's sort of feeling very much like the game's going in that similar vein to the Middlesex game, where the bowlers just lost their way, got a little bit emotional about what was going on, and the Somerset batters capitalised. Superb start from Banton and Smeen. It's been picked up very nicely by Kola Cadmore and Abel.
I don't think Nathan Gilchrist is quite quick enough to bounce his former captain there. Tom Abel played that very well and also picked the gap between deep fine leg and deep square leg. It's going to be another change. Wes Agar went for 27 off his first over. He's going to try his luck from the Chiscovic Pavilion end. He's getting a bit more treatment. Another drink, but I think he's all right. Yeah, he's a deep cover now. He's happy. Right, what can Wes Agar do? Tom Cadmore would obviously seen him go for 27, seen Banton take him down. What can he do to him? Wes Agar's right arm over. Tom Cadmore, well placed, flickage.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Drifting into the pads again. Wes Agar, he hasn't got it right so far tonight. He's been expensive.
Just had a text from Richard Durrant in California. Cricket is a nice break from the riots, he said. Great to hear people watching and listening to a YouTube channel.
Change your governor, we'll sort it out.
Get political on cricket comms, Pete.
No, can't do that, can we? Oh, another great shot. More runs. More runs off the bowling of Agar. He's gone for 35 in just 8 balls so far.
Wes Agar has not had a good night so far, has he? Good afternoon. .2 overs gone. Somerset 130 for 2. Russell and wide. More runs for Somerset and not even a ball taken up. Wes Agar wants the ground to swallow him up. Those deploy had a bit of a stinker here on Thursday night. Wes Agar's in a similar position here. Now fine legs can go back. Tom Cadmore can hit it over long off quite well. So bringing it off into the ring is a bit of a gamble.
The way he walks and bowls, it looks like he's got sort of hyper-extending elbows, isn't it? I wonder if that's why he wears those bandages.
There we go. Oh. Bringing mid-off up was a gamble.
Whatever you like, if you keep bowling there. He's bowled poorly tonight. He's being punished here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Kola Cadmore stands, delivers, and he delivers 6.
just said you cannot really bowl without a long off to Tom Culler-Camel in T20 cricket. What a gamble it is. And he's tried to spirit in at leg stump with fine leg back. Tom Culler-Camel just sashayed across to the leg side, opened up his arms and powered it over long off. And mid off is still up in the ring. Agar is going the distance here. Short ball, slower ball.
Oh,
Culler-Camel's picked it.
Another boundary. This is turning into a bit of a horror show for the Kent bowlers, and Wes Agar in particular. 1.4 overs for 46. I'm not sure I've seen figures like that.
No, it's not good, is it? Matty McKernan for Derbyshire in the quarter-final against Riley Rousseau, I suppose.
Sometimes it's just not your night. I mean, I've had many a cup of tea in the morning, watched Wes Agar bowl for the Perth Scorchers and bowl beautifully.
He's not the Perth Scorchers. You've got your Big Bash teams wrong, haven't you? Ashton Agar plays for the Perth Scorchers. Left arm spin.
Him.
Where's Agar?
In the Big Bash.
He was Adelaide Strikers.
I'm definitely not going to argue with you on cricket badgerdom. If you know he doesn't play for the Scorchers, I totally believe you. But he hasn't bowled at the Cooper Associates, and it's been a painful one so far. And that could also... No, it's been cut off. Yeah. They'll keep that down to a 1.
Adelaide Strikers and Sydney Thunder. But we'll let you off, Pete. Either way, he's got to do something different here. When you're overseas is getting whacked around the park, it's a little bit embarrassing. Where can Billings turn? You rely on your overseas for 4 overs generally. He's gambled to give him a second. Nearly gone for 50 off 2 here. Unable to capitalise on potentially his last ball. That's a pretty lovely shot.
Thank you very much. It's probably up there with the worst couple of overs I've seen here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. 2 overs for 51, and that has put Somerset well in charge of this chase. Tom Abel picks off that low leg side full toss.
2 overs for 51 from your Australian international overseas. He wants the ground to swallow him up. He's going to go to 45.
Those tubey grips.
Slow him down. Eyeballing then. 25. We're going to keep rubbing this in. We're just going to show the 25.5 runs per over. Well,
I can almost hear Tractor's voice shouting, "Put him on a both ends."
I knew that was coming. Anyhow, Fred Clarkson is going to try and repair some damage. He's bowled all right. Well, everyone's bowled better than Wes Agar, let's be honest. But what can Fred Clarkson do from the river end? Billings is still trying to move his field as he's running in. Culler-Camel slaps it for 1. Well, 1's a win for Kent. It could be a 2 for the misfield.
That is absolutely thumped. Culler-Camel looks in great form tonight.
Doesn't half hit him, does he?
That run rate's now, believe it or not, reduced to just 10.5 runs and over. Somerset have got themselves ahead of this chase. They're currently going at just over 12s. This is what you get when you've got a team in unbelievable confident mood.
Kent were 20 short, weren't they? What do you need now at Taunton? 240? Oh, that's an interesting bit of fielding from Stewart.
I think they've got a great total. You just need to bowl better.
Well, yeah, that is part of it. And field better. Gilchrist dropped catch. That could be pretty pivotal. Banton was early in his innings and then managed to get 50 off 22. Got a 68 in the end.
50 partnership there for these two in double quick time.
Yeah, that extra cover I talked about earlier. Edge of the ring, it's a dot ball. Tom Abel managed to pick him out along the ground. Adam Hollyoak in his first season as Kent coach, don't forget. And that pre-season trip to India. He only started on the 1st of March, but in a few months with Kent now. Australian, bringing in Wes Agar from Australia, of course. Had a few different overseas in recent years. They had Agar last year. They had Swanepoel, Bear Swanepoel from South Africa. They had last year. Rogers from Australia. They had last year as well. It's 150 up for Kent. You can hear a rip of applause. Not for Kent, sorry. Somerset against Kent. Kent won just once in last year's championship, lost 8 times, but slightly better in the white ball stuff.
For the scoop, missed out this time.
When I say slightly better, they came 9th in the group stage of the Blast last year, so it wasn't a great season for Kent. 10th in the championship, 9th in the Blast, 7th in the One Day Cup. So the only way was up for Hollyoake and his new Kent team. Do you think this is where they want Parkinson? Just something different? I know Brian Spin at Taunton can be a gamble, but...
Well, I suppose the argument is that it's unlikely to be worse than 25 and over.
Well, quite.
But yeah, I think
leaning to both
the good spinner, they go well on most pitches, to be fair. I mean, that I think was a great over by Freddie Klassen there. He's just taken the sting out of that momentum that Somerset were building. Just remember, everyone, Thursday is the new Friday. Somerset take on Hampshire, men and women, starting at 2:30. Tickets are on sale now. That's the 19th of June. That sounds like it's probably next
this
week,
Thursday coming, yeah. I'll be here all day.
Time's flying.
I might have to move house in the morning and be on commentary all afternoon.
Industrious chap, aren't you? Joey Everson back into the attack from the Trescothic stand in. 151 for 2 here. Somerset on task at the moment. Flicked off the pads, just dropping short of Bell Drummond, the first innings centurion. Played a magnificent knock and was actually eventually undone by a stunning catch from Tom Banton behind the wickets. Everson's bowled 2 tidy overs so far, but I think Kola Cadmore going to go pretty hard for the rest of his innings, as he generally does once he gets the bit between the teeth. He's 38 or 39, and Tom Abel's just playing the nice little anchor role here, going at a 150, 160 strike rate. So
yeah,
certainly keeping Somerset up with the rate. Another good strike and another 2. Great angles, good batting from Tom Abel.
So Zafar Hart, I noted on Thursday, went for 64 off his 4 overs. We thought that was pretty bad. Good batting from Tom Abel, sweeping him away. Whereas Agar's 2 overs for 51.
Well, he's on for a gallon, son, isn't he? That would be a record.
Mike McKinnon, yeah, make his 4 overs here in that quarter-final look miserly.
Oh, nice bit of cricket there from Tom Abel. Good bowling from Joey Everson. Back at the hand, slower ball. Do you think that'll ever happen? Someone going for 100 off 4?
I think it will, yeah. IPL when they're scoring 280. You know, there's a 300 scored in some of this associate cricket.
Surely not.
You'd have thought you'd take him off before it gets to that stage and you bowl someone different, but...
Mind you, I don't know how many other options Billings has up his sleeve. Where's Agar?
There's a few seamers.
I would imagine he would have been one of the bankers. Oh, Kola Cadmore plays that sort of tennis forehand smash, tries to go over mid-off, doesn't get enough of it, and Klassen, the tall figure, gets round at mid-off and takes a very smart catch. Kola Cadmore's destructive innings comes to an end. A big shame, but replacing him will be Sean Dixon, who played magnificently on Thursday night.
Yeah, credit to Joey Everson here. I think he's bowled really well. The slower balls, the cutters into the pitch. He's come on, he's not a quick bowler, medium pacer. He just varies it. Makes it hard for the batters to get him away. Like you say, Kola Cadmore trying to tennis forehand, sort of flat cut that over long off. Good catch just in front of Gibbets Hill.
Yeah, that's a really big wicket, that. Well bowled, Joey Everson. It's really changed things round. I think it was a great over from Klassen and backed up now by Joey Everson. So a bit of momentum swinging back towards the Spitfires.
Yeah. Sean Dixon then, the man of Thursday night. What a knock that was. We won't forget that in a long time. I know he was a miss-stumping, could have been LBW and dropped a couple of times, but like he said, post-match, he said it's been my day today. And he deserves it after that finger injury at the Oval. He's come back, done his rehab, quick time, got back into a Somerset shirt. That's a lovely cover drive first ball just for 1, but fair play to Tuanda Mayeye, who's cracked on with that facial injury. He's not happy with Sam Billings there. He's fuming that the throw wasn't perfect. It's hi-ho silver lining time, is it? The DJ around here is getting everyone going. It's not quite the same on a Sunday afternoon. This is normally 9 o'clock on a Friday night. Sweet Caroline will be the next couple of overs. Shout out to VERTU. Thanks for all their great support. Had a great time on the Land Rover experience down near Honiton last summer. VERTU earpieces that we love. Those of you in the crowd are hopefully listening in to our commentary, giving us a wave every now and again.
14 overs gone, 158 on the board. Somerset.
That's going to be routine.
Pretty much, bar a few decimal points, on the 11.5 and over they need. Slightly skewed, but a couple of really good overs from the Kent bowlers have just stunted the innings somewhat. Just missing Koda Cadmore as a blow, because he was hitting it absolutely beautifully, but Abel's playing nicely, scoring freely, and Dixon has been in brilliant form since coming back from his finger injury.
No, Tom Abel's just going to wait for extra cover in mid-off to decide exactly what line they're going to be on. One's all around, but he goes for the scoop shot. Oh, he's going to get there from 45. Well premeditated, I guess. Grant Stewart saw it coming, moved early. Agar wasn't going to get there from fine leg. It was short third, short 45 on the offside. Grant Stewart did well. As soon as he saw Abel go down for it, he moved around really quickly. And that will bring Lewis Gregory to the crease. Shot selection?
I think maybe a bit too early in the Dixon-Abel partnership.
Yeah.
I thought just some good, strong cricket shots for 3 or 4 balls would have been the way forward. Yeah, just maybe a little bit more time for Dixon just to settle in. He doesn't take long to get going, Dixon. But also another man that's been in great form. Lewis Gregory strides to the crease with plenty to do. 70 runs required off the remaining 34 balls. So 12 and over. Somerset going at a shade over 11. So a couple of big overs either way could sway this game. Very much on a knife edge here. It's, I would say, slightly in favour of Kent at this stage.
Yeah, they can have the win viz for a couple of overs. But Lewis Gregory's been in such fine form, as you say, and he's so casual about it, so nonchalant.
You need to get down there at the side of the pitch and get Billings to get that Aussie back on.
He's only down there, fine leg. Well, you reckon he's got to have another couple of overs, don't you?
Well, I think
he's probably a death bowler.
He would 100% be one of the bankers for 4 for Billings.
Yeah.
So he's either got to do a complete switch round of his thinking and find maybe overs out of Everson, because his overs have gone so well. He might be able to pick up the slack, because
they have bowled 6 seamers.
I think some days you just, one of your players just having an off day, you need to just move on and try someone else potentially. But like I said, I don't really know. I haven't followed enough of how Kent had been playing to know where they would pull those overs for, because 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, would, or certainly 2 at the bottom, I would imagine would be the norm for Wes Agar.
Well, we don't have that daft impact player rule in this competition like the IPL, where they can just play 9 batters. But an all-rounder is crucial in the T20 format anywhere you play. Looking for 2, but no 2 here. Somerset sometimes won't bowl. You know, Matt Henry will generally bowl 4, but occasionally Meredith might only bowl 3 if he gets taken to. Goldsworthy is sometimes he's 4 at Bristol on Friday night. Brilliant. Actually bowled well today.
They've got 6 up on the board already, so they've got enough overs.
Yeah.
To fill in, but someone might just have to bowl that death over that might not be their favoured.
No, I've been impressed with Everson. I think that is a bonus. When Agar's not bowling well, Everson coming in and bowling really well makes up for it slightly. Here's a knocking it around that we thought Dixon Abel might have done for a bit longer.
That's another good over from a Kent perspective. They've certainly won the last 3 overs. Kent taken a couple of wickets and kept the boundary count way down. Everson is going to bowl again from the Marcus Roscothing stand end as Harry takes a break. And Sam comes in for what will be his last stint of the day before he's got. Have you got an early train, Sam?
Driving. Got a 3.5 hour drive, yeah, but I have got to stop at Gloucester Services in me though, which will be beautiful. Bit of dinner.
For an executive Scotch egg, they do nice Scotch eggs at Gloucester Services.
Yeah, they do.
That's the Teletubby one.
Yeah, it's the Teletubby one. They do a lovely almond croissant. Anyway, Everson is in, turned into the leg side. The game is on here. It's going to be a tight finish again. They're going to pick up a couple. They are.
Have
Dixon
you
runs really well.
Have you organised a guarantor for the finance you're going to have to take on to buy the said Scotch egg though?
Yeah.
It's quite pricey though, isn't it?
It is pricey, but all service station food is pricey, so I'm prepared to pay the price for quality. But yeah, maybe I'll have to ask for a pay bump. 64 to win, 29 balls remaining.
Nice bowling there from Joey Everson. Just feels like that last 3 overs, the wind has gone out of the sail of the Somerset batting. Those 2 wickets and 3 very good overs in terms of not going for many runs, so really has changed that algorithm a little bit. 28 balls remaining, 64 remaining. Someone's going to have to start pinging the ball to the boundary as Dixon just bunts that one back down the wicket. You do know here at Somerset that those big overs of 20 plus are gettable. Who's going to be that man?
We've seen it a couple of times already in this innings. Where's Agar? Is it 51 off his 2 overs? They can't go back to him, surely. Gilchrist still got 1. Rogers has still got 2. He'll definitely bowl 2. Not 15 he's had for his 2 so far. This is good from Joey Everson though.
Yeah,
Pace off.
He's bowled very Ben Green-esque, hasn't he? If you're not familiar with Joey Everson, he's bowls a hard length. I think he's got a little bit more pace than Ben Green with his stock delivery, but he's bowled a lot of sort of change-up knuckleballs. Very, very effective so far.
2 from 3, Gregory. He had a couple of good knocks in the last couple of games. Can he pull another one out of the bag? It's gone down towards Jack Leaning. It's straight to Jack Leaning. No, he can't is the answer. He has to go. Somerset have lost their 5th wicket. Joey Everson has his 2nd.
And another wicket. That's a huge, huge blow for Somerset. Ben Green is the man that's going to replace the out Somerset captain, Lewis Gregory. He's been awesome the last few weeks, chasing down these big totals, but not tonight. And Kent fought hard these last 4 overs. Swung this game back into their favour.
Yeah, 146 for 2 Somerset after 12. Here we are, 3 overs and 5 balls later. Added just to 20 runs and lost 3 wickets. Momentum has shifted. There's still time for it to shift back. Somerset still have the batting. Ben Green, Lewis Goldsworthy, Craig Overton, even Matt Henry.
Yeah, very capable batter, Ben Green. Good striker on his day. He's got time. He's got a whole 4 overs and a ball to bat.
We watched a game a couple of years ago here against Durham. Didn't he hit something like 16 or 17 sixes? Rescued it from nowhere. No, they didn't quite get over the line. Got a chance here. It's going to be 1 though to end the over. Brilliant from Everson. What a way to finish off 4 overs in the context of this game. 2 wickets for 24 runs.
Unbelievable. Great spell that from Joey Evs. Bowled very, very well. Changed up, used a lot of intelligence, went to use the slower ball. Got his Yorkers in from time to time, but most importantly, he's just got a cool head on his shoulders. Very, very good stuff. He was just what you need. Just what you need. Just like you need good insurance. Business, home, car,
Gloucester Services,
you name
insurance.
It. Brown & Brown Insurance Services, give them a shout. Discount code PT7. Probably doesn't exist, but give it a try, you never know.
Tom Rogers back into the attack from the river end. Slow ball, just going to be a single into the offside. Somerset need to go some here. 61 needed from 23 balls. It's going to take something special. They've got special in their locker. Plenty of magic.
Star man just on your screen there, Joey Everson. Great night's work. 2 for 24. 4 overs. The bowler's graveyard, as it used to be called. Certainly looking that way up until the Everson spell. Dixon cutting out backward point, and all of a sudden It's amazing what happens a few wickets. The quality of the Kent fielding's just raised a notch. The ground fielding, quicker to the ball, everything just is clicked. Whereas when the ball was pinging around everywhere, they were on their heels slightly. The energy looked low, but all of a sudden they can sniff that they've got themselves right in this game.
The crowd's gone quiet too. All the energy has been sucked out of the Cooper Associates County Ground.
The mood has been hoovered.
Hoovered. It's hoovered down the ground. Just for one, though. Boundaries. Wow, when was the last boundary here? The last ball, the 12th over. 4.5 overs now without a boundary in a chase of 230 or 229 in a T20 game. Been brilliant from Kent. A brilliant comeback because they were struggling and they were on the ropes. Somerset were ahead.
That's high. I think that might be a wide. Yes, and it was called. Mike Burns, the square leg umpire, just giving his mate up the other end a little bit of a steer. That was way over the head of Sean Dixon.
Got his umpire's coat on there, that lad. Similar colours. Don't miss that in the dark.
Getting nervous as the youngster. He's thought Somerset were going to win.
Still.
Or he's dropped his ball. That could be another potential.
Easy as a shout from Sam Billings behind the stumps. Very busy captain. Always doing something. Tinkers with his field every ball. It's like a little tick he has, even if it's just a couple of yards. Very good captain. Played so much T20 cricket around the world. Different captaincy styles, Gregory and Billings, in the sense you feel Billings' brain is whirring. He has to do something every ball. Gregory, a little bit more laid back about it. Both brilliant at their jobs. Pace off again.
Yeah, the Kent bowlers, the last 5 overs have been very good. It looked like it was all going pear-shaped when Agar bowled that over that was going, disappearing to all parts of Taunton, but Klassen, Everson and now Rogers have done a great job for their captain. 173 for 5, last ball of the 17th over. And Dixon has waded on that slower ball. He's bopped it into the Somerset stand for 6. Is that the firelighter to get this innings back on track?
They needed it. Without a boundary for a long, long time. And we have a VERTU crowd catch.
Keep your eyes on it.
In the Somerset stand, what a take.
Good catch, sir. He's got the Somerset grey baseball cap on. Maroon fleece, so he's very much got the old Somerset clobber on.
And he has something to look forward to. He has won himself hospitality for 2 at a Somerset Metro Bank One Day Cup game here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. Always worth keeping your eye on the ball in the crowd. 50 needed off 18.
Oh, see you later in the Trade Nation stand, halfway up, no crowd catch, but 6 more runs. Ben Green has absolutely launched that into the back of the orange stand.
Haven't gotten back-to-back crowd catches, but we do have back-to-back 6s, and that is just what Somerset needed to get them ticking again. Nathan Gilchrist turned to by the skipper, Sam Billings, coming back to the ground he used to call home. Not a great ball to start with. Waist-height full toss. Ben Green gives it the treatment.
Somerset needing a big over. Green goes again. He gets a decent piece of that. It's enough. Back-to-back 6s. Somerset are on the charge. They're not giving this one up. Great piece of batting there by Ben Green. He's only been at the crease a short while, and he's already clearing the ropes with ease. Somerset need a few more of those, but it sent Sam Billings into a panic. He's ran all the way up to his bowler to have a word.
6, 6, 6. And all of a sudden, the momentum has changed.
Nathan, would you please stop bowling there? Oh, slower ball, belted. Oh, straight through Klassen, he's going to pick up a single. Good stop. Ben Green has absolutely belted that.
Are you suggesting Sam Billings is a well-spoken young man?
Definitely didn't go to the same
Different
school I
school
went
as
to,
you.
Samuel.
Not a Wyvern College alumnus. 192 for 5, Somerset. 19 runs off the last 4 balls. There's Craig Overton. Might he have a job to do with bat in hand? Might Somerset finish it off without him? Dixon's got 15 from 10 balls.
Oh, that was the one. Knee-high full toss. That could have gone down to the old BP garage, but clothed out to mid-wicket.
36 from 14. Still a lot to do, even with those 3 sixes in 3 balls. Somerset still really having to go some. That's that. On 2.5 runs a ball. Doable.
It's nearly a goal every game. Oh, quick bouncer. Quick, nasty bouncer. Well bowled. And a little bit of a stare as well to back it up.
Yeah,
just trimmed the moustache on the way through to Sam Billings' gloves.
Comeback, good comeback.
That's a quick bouncer, that. Very well bowled.
6, 6, 1, 1. Dot. Final leg comes up. Mid-off goes out to long off.
Replay of that bouncer there. Whoosh. Oh, crikey me. Oh, he's got a good, solid piece of that, Ben Green. I'll see your bouncer and I'll raise your 6.
Doesn't get out of the over very well there at all, Gilchrist. 20 off it. It was a big one. Will it be big enough for Somerset? 3 sixes, 4 sixes in the last 7 balls.
Well, certainly put us in with a chance now. 15 and over needed, 30 off the last 2. Who's going to bowl it? Klassen looks like the man that's going to bowl the last one from the Botham stand end. And how's Wes Agar feeling? Has he had the nod from Lord Billings?
1 for 19 from his free Klassen.
Tom Rogers has still got 1. How are you feeling, sir?
He can't go back to him. As good a bowler as he is.
Things aren't going so well, Cap.
Tom Rogers has 1 left. We'll find out shortly.
Yeah,
Somerset need a big one here.
Rogers will get the nod, but we've got this Klassen over to get through first. Cut shot from Dixon to backward point, well fielded out there.
Change of bowling from the river end, returning number 18, Fred Klassen.
Partnership's 34 from 14 balls now.
200 up for Somerset.
Harry Finch is out there. What have we got field-wise for Ben Green? Long on, deep mid-wicket, long off, deep cover. Third and fine up in the circle, square leg up in the circle, man. On the edge of the circle at cover as well.
Couple of boundaries will be needed this over, you imagine. Oh, in the slot for a big shot over mid-wicket. Not timed again by Ben Green. Straight down the ground. He's done well since he's come on. Greener, he's hit 3 sixes already. He's probably going to need that amount again. Dixon hasn't quite got going in terms of boundary hitting. He's on 17 at the moment. Needs to find a boundary.
Can't find one.
Straight to extra cover. Good bowling there by the left armer, using that angle to take it outside the right-hander's eye line. Looked like a bit of an off-cutter, slower bouncer as well, so a bit of a gamble, but he's got away with it.
27 needed off 9. Somerset could do with a strong finish to this over. 3 balls, 3 singles so far.
Very good piece of bowling, not called a wide. Let's have a little look. Oh, he's gone outside off stump. No, that's the right decision there by the umpire. The amount you move outside off stump moves with the batter, so fair call there. That will be a wide.
I love the way Sam Billings takes those balls and immediately starts to clap as if to try and con the umps. I like it from him. He knew it was going to be a wide. He knew there was no chance.
Wide. He's obviously getting a bit hot under the collar there, Klassen. Grumpy with the umpire. Will he stay with that outside off stump tactic? He will, and well bowled.
Come back for 2.
Really hard to drag those from outside off stump. Slower bounces, almost on the wide line.
Very good from Klassen. 5 legitimate balls, just the 5 runs off it. 25 now.
I mean, I can't believe
7.
I'm even thinking this, but I know how good these guys are. The reverse pull shot, like switch to left-handed pull shot. I bet you one of these guys could play that shot as well, but will it be an option? And it will! It will be an option! What a call! That is an absolute call! 6 runs, and I'm retiring. Thank you very much.
And that is why we always listen to Peter Trigo when he speaks in this commentary box. He called it, Sean Dixon pulled it out, got into position early.
How can you call I'm going to switch to left-handed pull shot? Oh my word, I've completed commentary, lads. Sorry.
The happiest man Cooper Associates County Ground has ever seen. What a moment that is for him. He's done many fine things on this ground over the course of his career. I don't think he will ever smile more than when he's just called that. And that 6 has brought Somerset in with a shout again. 19 from 6 balls. It's going to be Tom Rogers.
Excuse me, Wesley. It's just not your night tonight. Rogers, bowl the last over, please. Game on here. 19 off the last. A massive ask. But if anyone can do it, the green machine can. Oh, go, go, go. Not going to be enough. Going to be out. Straight to
Harry Finch.
Harry Finch on the mid-wicket boundary. A low full toss. You have to say quite an effective delivery. Not the start to the over that Somerset wanted. Striding to the crease. The big frame of Craig Overton.
Yeah, just followed Ben Green. It's almost where he wanted it. He was always going to try and club that over the leg side boundary. You can see how disappointed he is. He backs himself every single time. Ben Green, but he has to go 25 from 13 balls. 210 for 6. What a situation for Craig Overton to walk out into. He's won so many games for Somerset County Cricket Club over the course of his career. He's got a lovely pair of batting gloves there. Black with just a hint of yellow. Can he do it? Can he pull something out? 19 off 5.
He's borrowed them off them pump supply guys, isn't he?
Well bowled. Just
Very
one.
Nicely bowled. Tall order now. 18 to win from 4 balls. It's been an unbelievably good game of cricket here. The century that we witnessed from Daniel Bell-Drummond was one of the best you'll see here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. 70 from Mieye. But Kent very much in charge. We've seen some sparkling knocks tonight. Can Somerset do something truly remarkable to chase these last 18 runs? The odds are against them. And that's well bowled again. That low full toss right onto the toe of the bat of Dixon. He could only muster a 2. That's 16 off the last 3.
Good pressure.
Math still works.
Good 2. Well, that 2 could be crucial. It's still a massive ask, but coming back for 2, putting pressure on the fielder there down at long on just means it's possible. You have to go 6-6-4 rather than 6-6-6.
Lucky for Craig, it's only 4 steps to get to the other end. Rogers has bowled very well for his captain. He's gone for 30 off his 3.5 overs. In the context of the game, that's a great job. He's bowled some tough overs. Oh, that is magnificent from Dixon. The reverse ramp over third man. 1 bounce 4. Nearly went all the way for 6. Somerset still in with a chance. Back-to-back 6s needed to win this game.
30 from 16. Sean Dixon has. We've seen him play some magnificent hands since he joined Somerset. Wouldn't have won the Vitality Blast a couple of years ago without him. Loves a finals day. Had a big knock here against Middlesex when Somerset looked down and out. Returning from injury. Can he pull something out once more? Sam Billings trots over towards Tom Rogers. He tweaks to do the impression of him, but the equation is simple. The next 2 balls, if they're legitimate, both have to go for 6.
targeting straight back over the bowler's head. 2 sixes needed. Oh, and an excellent piece of bowling there. They're going to scamper just the one. And it looks, for all intents and purposes, that it's going to be Kent's night. We've had a magnificent contest. Rogers has stepped up for his captain and delivered a brilliant over under pressure. Dixon 30 off just 16 balls. Just needs to keep that foot behind the line and Kent will take the points. Oh, a massive 6. What could have been? Somerset are just going to fall. 5 runs short here. The Cooper Associates County Ground has been an amazing contest. Thanks to Nicole Harvey, Harry Everett, Sam Dalling for their company tonight. Sam, what a game of cricket. Sometimes you just have to be happy you're involved.
You do have to be happy. Daniel Beldrama will be happy. I mean, it would have felt a bit harsh to have made that 100, such a magnificent knock, 149 balls, and to end up on the losing side. 224 for 6, Somerset got to, and Kent pulled it back, right? They were really under pressure. At one point, Somerset needed 10 and over, off 7 or 8 overs with 8 wickets in hand, and that initially sounds quite tough, but actually here, that's a relatively big ask. I think we have to give Joey Everson a lot of credit for his spell, because he was the 6th seamer coming into this game. Yeah. Agar hasn't given Sam Bennings the control, neither really Grant Stewart. Everson's bowled 4 overs, 2 for 24, picked up the wickets of Tom Cole-Academy and Gregory, so he deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, I mean, if you that's for me, that's where the game's gone. You're 5 runs. Joey Evans has gone at 6 and over. I mean, that's almost unheard of. You think minimum 8s, and that's the game. You probably even walk away anything sub 30, and you'd be happy. But to go for 24, that's a top draw effort, and Kent have deserved that win today. I thought the opening partnership was absolutely stunning. They fought well. They got put heavily under the pump, 10, 12 overs out. But the following 4 overs from Klassen, Everson and Rogers, I thought was magnificent. So they deserved the points tonight. Great game of cricket. Somerset, I don't think will lose any heart. They've played a brilliant game. They've just been maybe just slightly off with the ball today. And they were punished, but brilliant game of cricket here at the Cooper Associates County Ground in front of a full house. We've got an interview with Somerset and England man Tom Banton coming up shortly, so that's worth staying on if you're interested in listening to how he feels about that. But like I said, I don't think the mood will be that dour really. It's just been one of those great games of cricket, and somebody's got to lose.
Yeah, they came out on top of a high-scoring game on Thursday against Middlesex. They won the derby on Friday. Okay, the invincible season is gone, but having had 5 straight victories, a narrow defeat in, defeats happen in T20 cricket, right? It's almost impossible to win all of your games. So yes, there'll be a little bit of disappointment. They'll look again at the things they could do a little bit better, but sometimes you're just beaten by some decent cricket, and Kent certainly played some decent cricket. Right, for the final time this evening, we're going to throw across to Toby, who has Tom Banton with him.
Right, I am down by the boundary with Tom Banton. Tom, not to be in the end, but a cracking fixture and another great occasion at Taunton.
Yeah, obviously not to be for us today, but look, it was a great game of cricket and it came down to the last ball. Yeah, I hope everyone had fun today. It was a great game.
Of course, it's been a fantastic start to the Vitality Blast campaign for Somerset, as it so often is. Games like this are going to come around. Kent had a fantastic afternoon themselves. All in all, you must be very proud of your efforts so far in this competition.
Yeah, I wasn't around at the start, but the boys have been obviously doing really well. And look, we had a great game today, and obviously we came out on the losing side, but fair play to Kent. Their guys batted very well. And look, it's been probably the best few wickets we've had here in a few years. So look, there's been a lot of 6s and 4s, which is obviously what people come to see.
And you really enjoyed it at the top of the order as well. You looked in great nick today, and I was certainly over in the Somerset stand over there. It seemed as though there was lots of explosive hitting.
Well, look, when you're chasing 230, you've got to take risks probably throughout the whole innings. And yeah, luckily it came off for me. Obviously, it dropped a few times. But look, you've got to take the luck and ride with it sometimes. And yeah, but unfortunately not to be for us today. A few days off, and then I think our next game's Thursday.
Yep, absolutely, against Hampshire. Tom, commiserations, but thank you very much for joining us. Tom Banton, everyone.